Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Monmouth Roseville High School in Coach Dobry Field as we get set for 2018 IHSA Round 1 of the football playoffs. As Wilmington on the road to take on the Titans. The Wildcats come in at 6-3 on the year. Monmouth Roseville at 7-2. We'll go through the records and who's played who here in just a little bit, but first and foremost, we spent, 2.5 hours or so driving over here, or every bit of it at least.
Yeah, every bit of 2.5 hours. And, boy, it's a nice facility here.
It really is. The field is in beautiful condition. It's just been a real nice place since we got here, so everybody's been fantastic here at the facility. The school, the AD as well has been fantastic in getting back with us this week. It's just been a good experience at this point. Hopefully that continues on here tonight as the Wildcats take the field. Wilmington has dressed just about everybody in the high school, I think, for this game tonight.
Yeah, I think so. They got all the fresh stuff along with them, and boy, it's a full contingent. Speaking of the field, it doesn't even look like there's a worn spot on the field.
No, that's what I'm saying. They must not have had a whole lot of rain during game days out here because it looks spectacular.
Boy.
And if you pull up here, until you take a look at it, you'd think it's a turf field until you get a closer view. That's how good a condition it's actually in. But it is a beautiful night for football. I mean, hey, you'll take this weather anytime we get to the first round of the playoffs. And we got sunny skies and temperatures in the mid-50s. I will take that. So it's absolutely beautiful as we get set for football tonight from Monmouth, as Monmouth Roseville to take on the Wilmington Wildcats. We'll have a bunch of scores and a lot of different things to get to tonight. I realize, you can kind of go on IHSA and a lot of those other things, but we will hit up a lot of those scores as we go through the night in case you don't want to keep up with that on your own. And trust me, that's a task, to say the least.
It is.
We'll get to all of those later. First and foremost, though, Herscher won today, 37-20 over Dunbar. And Herscher, that's an upset. They were 5-4 going up against an 8-1. So the Herscher Tigers have already advanced. Coal City advanced last night. Plano was losing relatively big today. Of course, they had Richmond Burton, which was that was a huge mismatch. But the I-8 representing itself very well, and they always do come playoff time. So we'll see how things go here tonight from Monmouth. Well, we got a few things to get to here today. We'll get to our first break of the afternoon / early evening. When we come back, we'll go through the records of these two teams, go back through who they've played during the regular season, and we'll get set for football tonight from Monmouth. It's the Wilmington Wildcats on the road to take on the Monmouth Roseville Titans. Back with more of the first round of the playoffs in just a moment. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company here on the Christian Internet Sports Network. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900. When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk Allred & Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred & Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred & Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred & Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred & Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today.
Hey, Billy, where do you think you're going with that beer?
What's the big deal? He is at home.
Nice, Bob. Real nice.
Look, they're practically grown. They're juniors and seniors now, and they're here for the day. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, that may be true for yours, but you can't let the others drink.
In Illinois, the social host law holds adults accountable for underage drinking.
If a minor who was drinking at your house injures or kills someone, you are guilty of a Class 4 felony. You get fined. You go to jail.
So, being the host, aka the adult, letting high schoolers drink is illegal.
Be their guide. Don't provide. If you or someone you know abuses alcohol or drugs, please call 815-476-1660. Help is only a phone call away.
This ad is brought to you by the Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community in partnership with ONDCP and SAMHSA.
Wilmington Wildcats Weekly rolls on tonight here from Monmouth as we get set for football on the road for the first round of the IHSA playoffs, as the Wilmington Wildcats will take on the Monmouth Roseville Titans. Both teams on the field at the moment, and we also have the coin toss. Matter of fact, literally happening right here, right in front of us, as we are in the press box, almost dead on the 50-yard line. And we'll see who has won the toss. Monmouth won the toss, or did they win the toss? Well, they'll receive regardless. I'm not sure. I don't think they said who won the toss.
That's just what I was going to say. I don't think they said who won the toss, actually. But Monmouth will get the ball first.
So the Titans will receive to get this game underway here tonight. We're about 11 minutes away from opening kick. You know, we said we'd talk a little bit about these two teams and kind of how they got here. Let's start first off with Monmouth and kind of look back at their schedule through the past 9 weeks. They started off with a loss against Rockridge, 28-22. Rockridge in the playoffs at 6-3. Of course, we know Rockridge very well. Wilmington actually went there for a playoff game a number of years ago.
Well, you remember everybody.
Yeah, Taylor Ridge. That was a beautiful, beautiful stadium. Too bad there was absolutely zero cell phone coverage out there, and I mean none. That was a game we were barely struggling to keep the game on the air. But Rockridge won that game 28-22. Week 2, Monmouth Roseville got a 33-16 win over the Fulton Steamers. And then week 3, a 37-0 win over Erie Prophetstown, who finished up the season 1-8. Week 4, a 36-18 win over Bureau Valley. They ended up at 3-6 on the year. They beat Sherrard in week 5, 56-28. Sherrard only ended up 2-7. They beat Spring Valley Halls 24-20 in week 6. Hall ended up at 6-3. They're back in the playoffs this year. Then they beat St. Bede out of Peru 46-18. St. Bede ended up at 4-5 this year. They lost to Princeton 21-0. Princeton ended up at 6-3, and of course are in the playoffs. And then week 9, they beat Kewanee 55-13. Kewanee ended up at 2-7 on the year. So when you look at that kind of on the surface, Monmouth Roseville plays a schedule that skews a little bit smaller as far as schools go. On the other side, Wilmington plays a schedule that skews up into 4A. So if you're looking for maybe a little bit of advantage somewhere in there, that might be it, although that doesn't necessarily mean everything. For the Wilmington Wildcats, you know, let's face it, it's been an up and down year.
It has been.
As the Wildcats opened up week 1 with a 39-20 win over Mantino, who surprisingly ended up the year at 1-8. In week 2, the Wildcats lost to Coal City 27-0. Of course, Coal City ended up at 8-1, and they've been ranked in the top 10 in 4A all year, and they already have a win in the playoffs. Week 3, Wilmington lost to Lyle 27-6. Lyle is also 8-1, and they also have a win in the first round of the playoffs. It was against DeWitt on Friday night. Week 4, Wilmington defeated Sandwich 41-19. The Indians ended up at 4-5 on the year. Week 5, Wilmington lost to Mantino 19-14. Piatone ended up at 4-5 on the year. And then Wilmington went on a little bit of a run, managed to kind of get things together the second half of the year. They beat Herscher 63-28. Herscher ended up at 5-4, and surprisingly enough, won in the first round today over Dunbar, who was 8-1. So Wilmington is
a bit of a surprise.
Now played 3 opponents who've won a Week 1 game here in the playoffs. They beat Reed Custer 38-13 in Week 7. The Comets finished at 2-7 on the year. Wilmington then beat Streeter 27-0. Streeter ended up at 3-6, but that record's a little misleading because Streeter was in every single game pretty much the entire year. And then Week 9, Wilmington went to Plano and won 37-20. The Reapers ended up at 5-4, and they lost in the first round of the playoffs. Wilmington has been a completely different team the second half of the year than they've been the first half.
Right.
The offense has started to come together a little bit. They've moved some pieces around. The Wilmington defense has kind of been on again, off again, but they've made plays when they need to. And we'll see if the Wildcats can manage to put everything together tonight here on the road at Monmouth Roseville. 5 o'clock start time tonight. And I believe we'll have the national anthem, so we will take a break. We'll come back with more on the pregame show. Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. We'll be back with more here in just a moment as we get set for the first round of the playoffs on the road. Back here in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com. If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop. Your vehicle will get expert care with their drive-on frame rack and in their Bink spray booth. Warren's offers free estimates, pickup and delivery service, and they will get you set up with a loaner car while yours is in the shop. Warren's Collision Center is located at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood, or online anytime at warrenscollision.com. That's warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
So Wilmington on the road to start off Week 1 of the 2018 IHSA football playoffs, as the Cats getting set to take on Monmouth Roseville. Wilmington managed to keep that playoff string alive, and the Cats seemingly on playoff pairings night got a seed that they were kind of looking at a little bit and going, well, maybe there's something here that will end up favorably. I'm talking at it as a broadcaster's standpoint. The coaches are completely different. I mean, they're looking at this from a different perspective. But purely from a broadcaster/fan type of standpoint, it's a pretty good draw considering what could have happened. Not saying that it's any easy games by any stretch of the imagination. They're all playoff games and they're all hard. But compared to where that kind of could have went, Wilmington ended up with a fairly decent draw. Of course, they're on the road with a ridiculously long drive tonight. I mean, it's going to be a 6-hour round trip for the Wildcats. But I think I like where Wilmington fits in to this 3A bracket.
I think you were talking about something a little earlier, that probably the biggest part of the mismatch these two teams is the size. Once again, Wilmington is going to be on the small side of the matchup. They've got 4 guys over 300 pounds. They got, 2 guys at 290 and another 295, another 275.
Well, I'll tell you this. One of the captains that went out there was 6'2", 290 pounds, and he's a senior.
And he looked every bit of it too. But
if you just go down through that particular roster there at the bottom half.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and just kind of take a look. Wilmington's been on kind of the smaller side of things this year anyway. But if you look at so this is kind of where it breaks down. 6'2", 275, 6'3", 295, 6'1", 270, 6'2", 320, 6'2", 290, 5'11", 290, 6'2", 330, 6'2", 310, 6'3", 300.
That's a lot of
big linemen. So
the one thing you can hope for, like you were saying, one thing you hope for is that they're not quick.
So decent crowd tonight here for Monmouth Roseville as the Titans take the field. We'll say it's a beautiful facility. The fans were here way early tonight, showing their support. You know, one of the things we love about playoff time is going and seeing places that you don't normally see.
This is a cool place here.
Kind of going and taking a look. Yeah, it is. It reminds me of one of those old throwback places. You know, like we were in, I was in North Dakota doing games there, and kind of reminds me a little bit of that.
It's a small farming town.
Small, 10,000.
Well, compared to what?
Comparatively speaking, yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's way out in the middle of nowhere out here.
Yeah, it's the main.
When you say 10,000, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. So the Cats about ready to take the field here tonight. Just a couple minutes away from opening kick.
And I'm surprised at 10,000 population there are in 3A. It looked like they'd have bigger students.
There's two here. There's Monmouth United and Monmouth Roseville.
Okay, that makes sense. So, as I say, with that kind of population, you have a bigger school.
You should be more like Morris size. So back deep for the Titans is Jamani Skinner, a 6'1", 165-pound senior. He's over here on the near side as the Titans will get set to receive to get this game underway. Wilmington will kick off left to right. The Wildcats in their white uniforms tonight with purple numbers, purple helmets with that white paw print on one side and the number on the other. Monmouth Roseville in their all gray uniforms tonight with what looks like dark blue trim.
And it's like you said, it looks like Coach dressed everybody, maybe even the Water Boys. They all got to make the trip. That's great.
So we're set for round one of the 2018 IHSA playoffs. And this is actually pretty good by Coach Raines to use every second of that pregame clock, because the Titans have just been standing out there ready to receive the kick for about the last 2 minutes. And Wilmington just now went to the sideline. So make them stand out there and wait a little bit of gamesmanship going on. So the Cats will take the field here tonight.
And one of the big factors in this thing is Monmouth is at home.
That is true in a number of ways. It is a crazy long road trip. Not only that, a decent crowd here tonight. Boy, I mean, I'm telling you, they got people in the near side stands. They have people sitting and standing in both end zones. And I mean like 2 or 3 deep in both end zones.
Yeah, they do. They're used to having a crowd, I guess.
So the Cats will get set to kick off here as once again, Alan Richards, the freshman kicker, will do the honors for Wilmington tonight. Here's a little chop kick up the sideline. It's going to go out of bounds at the 23, and that's not really what Coach Raines and the Wildcats were looking for, as that will give the Titans very good field position to begin this first drive. So again, Monmouth Roseville will have a very large size advantage on the line. Looking at those guys going out there now.
Look at that.
Tabor Lindsay, 6'2", 320 pounds. Noah Tarasi at 5'11", 290. The center tonight is Akira Lindsay. He's 6'2", 290. I mean, that's a college size.
If they get tired, they get a few more. sideline thing sent in just as big.
I formation here. Handoff goes right side, and that goes nowhere. That's stacked up for no gain. Good job by Hunter Doherty to get in there and stack it up. The handoff went to C.J. Daniel, 5'11", 190-pound senior, but nothing doing there. The Titans led tonight by Addison Fletcher, 5'10", 175-pound senior quarterback. And, of course, the Cats get back Cameron Holman on that defensive end position, which is a big return. Pass here, and on the far side, it's caught and then slipping to the ground as a receiver at the 40-yard line. That was caught by Jamani Skinner for a gain of 5. It'll bring up 3rd and 5 here, as Addison Fletcher had plenty of time to pass the ball that time around. Wilmington up front will have Hunter Doherty along with Cameron Holman, Cameron Harbor on that defensive line as well, and Jack Kettman up front, as Wilmington showing 4 here on that defensive line. Back to the I formation here, dropping back to passes. Fletcher fires near side, almost intercepted, went off the fingertips of Jamani Skinner, and right there was Connor Dempsey, and he almost came up with it.
Just was a hair short. He was sticking his hands under just as it hit the ground, and they were right. He didn't get it in time, but boy, he was only just a couple inches from making an interception.
So the Titans will be forced to punt away here on the first drive of the game. 4th down and 5 from their own 40-yard line, kicking it right to left here, although they do line up basically in a regular offensive formation, but this will be more or less a quick kick, and is. Coming over is Tafoya, gets a nice big bounce, takes it at the 22, across the 25, and out to the 31-yard line. And Wilmington will start there 1st and 10. Well, let's see what Wilmington does offensively here. Led by 6'1", 168-pound junior quarterback Keaton Hopwood. As Wilmington will have Jesse Cox, Jack Kettman, Cameron Harbor, Dave Schnitker, Hunter Doherty, all on that defensive line. And Ethan White will be the center, and we have a flag down here. We haven't even gotten lined up for the play yet. Offsides on Monmouth Roseville.
Oh, he lined up offside.
They weren't even close to having a snap yet.
On the Titans.
So Wilmington will have it 1st and 5 from their own 35, almost the 36. It's Dempsey and Sam Hafner getting the starts at wingback here. Hafner off the right side, shoves the pile ahead for a yard or two. Out near the 38, will give Hafner a gain of, let's call it 2 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 3.
Well, this is beautiful weather, isn't it? Couldn't ask for much better for a playoff game. Clear blue sky, nice temperature.
So 2nd down and a long 3. As handoff goes the left side, Connor Dempsey breaks out into the open, across midfield, all the way down to the Monmouth Roseville 43-yard line. A gain of 20 yards and a Wilmington 1st down. Dempsey chewing up yardage off that right side. Once again, Trey Shaw not in the starting lineup tonight, although I do see him on the sideline dressed out. I'm sure for the Wildcats, they're being very, very cautious with him this week, still coming back from that injury.
That might be just to let him take part in the game here.
Could be that too. Jacob Rodewald at fullback tonight. Under center is Hopwood. Handoff to Rodewald, the fullback. He'll pick up a good 3 yards. Boy, that was all Jacob, too, because that looked like that was going nowhere. And Rodewald picks up 3. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for Wilmington from the Monmouth Roseville 40-yard line.
you had to see that to appreciate that run. That was power. He just dug his way through those guys and got his 3 yards.
So the Cats will have it 2nd and 7 from the Titan 40-yard line. Double wing here for Wilmington. No score. 8:50 to go opening quarter. Out of the double wing, handoff left side, flag down. Dempsey is going to have a first down temporarily, but more than likely that is an illegal shift. So they call 2 men in motion on Wilmington.
Boy, those kind of penalties hurt.
I didn't see.
I didn't see that, but
I mean that's one that Barry's got to go asking. I think he is at the moment. Who in the world is it on? Because in order to have 2 people in motion, you need to have 2 people in motion. It's kind of the prerequisite for the penalty. So 2nd down and 12. Ball back out to the 45, and maybe somebody flinched somewhere or something. I mean,
could be.
I didn't see a whole lot, but doesn't matter because the referee did. 2nd down and 12 from the Titan 45, and you're right, those are the kind of penalties you can't have. Hopwood under center. Back to the double wing. Handoff goes to Dempsey. Inside the 45 down to the 42-yard line. And they'll bring up 3rd down and 9 for Wilmington from the Titan 42. So let's see what Wilmington does here on 39. Now, if you're the Wildcats, you can get a chunk of yards here and then go for it on 4th if you like. Or you could try to pin them way back deep. We'll see what Wilmington does on 3rd down first.
Tell you what, that quarterback's got an arm. He can throw the ball.
Hopwood now under center out of the double wing. Handoff goes to Dempsey off the left side. Not a whole lot there. Gets down to the 40. And it will bring up 4th down.
No hesitation.
7. And again, for Wilmington, a lot of times Barry will run those kind of plays in early game situations to see how that defense is going to react and then come back with a different look off of that. So, as a matter of fact, they're over on the sideline now checking out some things, see what they can do on the next possession. Kick here by Grant Imhoff is touched and dropped back at the 10-yard line. And boy, the Titans very lucky because that could have been a turnover.
That bounced the same way he was going, he'd been in trouble.
Titans will take possession.
So Monmouth Roseville will take over at their own 10. 6:53 to go opening quarter and no score. Wilmington managed to move the ball on their first possession, but a penalty caused them to stall out. And again, those penalties against some of your regular season competition, sometimes you can overcome it. Those penalties in the playoffs where you lose 5 yards, that makes a big difference. 2 receivers to the near side out of the shotgun is Addison Fletcher with one back to his right. 1st and 10 for the Titans from their own 10. Handoff goes up the middle, and this is stacked up after a gain of 3, maybe 4 yards. Rodewald on the tackle. And that's C.J. Daniel who picks up 4 yards. 2nd and 6
By the way,
for the Titans.
You're talking about size? C.J. Daniels only weighs in 190 as a running back.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent-sized kid. So single setback here. Under center now is Fletcher. He'll hand it off, and that's going to be a gain of a yard, maybe 2, on a dive play up the middle. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 4 after a gain of 2.
You want to keep that offense off the field if you can. A guy like that pounding your line, after a while, he gets wearisome.
Speaking of guys who aren't really that small, Anderson Fletcher, the quarterback, is 5'10", 175. That's not exactly tiny either.
They don't have a lot of small people over here.
So 3rd down and a long 3, close to 4. No flag, and there probably should have been. So Fletcher back up under center. And now a penalty flag for delay of game. And I am with head coach Jeremy Adelson for Monmouth Roseville. How in the world is that not a penalty. If they jump into the neutral zone, that should be a penalty, but nothing doing. And then he was also asking, well, aren't you supposed to count it down? You know, give us a 5-second count or something.
Play a game against the Titans.
And I can't disagree with either one of those things, quite frankly. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 8, close to 9. And those are the kind of things that the Titans need.
Oh, here they come.
So 2 receivers over to the near side. Up under center is Fletcher with 1 lone setback. 3rd down and 9 from the 11. Dropping back is Fletcher, looking downfield, fires it deep down the sideline. That's way out of bounds. Good pass, but didn't quite keep it in bounds. By the way, Wilmington had excellent coverage.
Yes,
Tafoya and Hopwood back there on Jamani Skinner.
Yeah, Tafoya was right on him. Hopwood cutting across to give him help.
Now the Titans are going to be forced to punt the ball away. And this is why, if you're Wilmington, that you punted on that last possession. Try to get decent field position. Snap back to Fletcher. And he gets a kickoff to the far side. Actually, a good kick. Hits at the 50, goes inside the 45, inside the 35, and Tafoya falls to the ground at the 33. Well, there goes your good field position.
He didn't cut it off. He let it bounce, and boy.
Well, and that's the one thing when you have a single setback and not double set, you know, that's what you give up, is that if he's on one side, he's going to kick it to the other. That's actually a really nice punt. I mean, really nice punt. That's a punt of 56 yards.
Yeah, it bounced about 20.
Yeah, you got to field those, or at least get it and move forward. Well, 1st and 10 for Wilmington from their own 33-yard line. Back out of the double wing again. Hafner in motion. Pitch comes back. Hafner gets clotheslined and shoved backwards after a gain of 2, close to 3. I'll tell you what.
Coming to stop.
That guy's so large. I believe that was Akira Lindsay. He's so large at 6'2", 290. He just threw out an arm and tackled Hafner.
And Hafner stopped mid-stride. Boom.
And I'm not kidding. He tackled him with one arm and nothing else.
They say you can't arm tackle. Yes, you
he
can.
Did. 2nd down and 7 from the 35 of Wilmington. Up under center is Hopwood. Pitch comes near side. Hafner trying to get the corner across the 35 to the 40. And there's a really late flag.
There is a flag on the play.
I hope they don't get this too picky tonight.
Block in the back
against
on Wilmington.
the Wildcats.
The problem I have with that call at times is if you're blocking him and he turns around while you're blocking him.
Yeah, going after the tackler.
That's not a block in the back. But in any case, the action is what the referee sees. So again, Wilmington cannot have those kind of mistakes. You know, you can't afford that. That's a 10-yard penalty, and that'll bring up 2nd down and a country mile for the Wildcats. You just can't afford those kind of mistakes. 2nd down and 16 for Wilmington. And the thing of it is, the Wildcats have been able to move the football. That's not really been a huge problem. Handoff, double handoff, back underneath to Hafner. He'll break free across the 35, 40. Hafner across midfield to the 40, to the 30. Hafner to the 20, and finally tackled inside the 15-yard line, down around the 13.
Boy, that was stride and stride and tried to match up by Monmouth, but the guy fell behind, took a dive, and couldn't get him.
A gain of 60 yards for Sam Hafner on the double handoff, and see, that's the problem. You can have all of that size, but if anybody gets loose, you're in trouble. But now, this is kind of what that Titan defense is built for, is this kind of stuff.
Yeah, the short yardage stuff there.
1st and 10, Wilmington from the 13-yard line of the Titans. 4:02 to go opening quarter, no score. Back out of the double wing again. Pitch back to Dempsey. I lost complete sight of him as he
got down in the middle and went straight ahead.
He disappeared in a pile of everyone and somehow ended up with 3 yards out of that. It'll be 2nd and 7.
He just got buried.
Yeah, when I say disappeared, like he was swallowed by a black hole. And there was
just everybody came around him, but he still pushed ahead and got his 3 yards.
Wilmington will have it 2nd and 7 from the Titan 10. Hopwood back under center. Double wing for the Cats again. Pitch back. This is Trey Shaw trying to get the corner. Inside the 10, down to the 5, and another flag.
I thought it looked like a face mask.
There is a flag on the play.
We'll see what this is.
Block in the back against
come on.
And a block in the back against Wilmington. I still maintain that there's a difference in blocking in the back and somebody moving.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
And Barry he walked out, asked who it was, and then just kind of shooed him away and said, I've heard enough. I'm gonna watch that a little more closely because I don't think that's actually what's going on. But again, if you're blocking somebody and the guy you're blocking turns
to try to
and
tackle
ends
the
up
runner
with his back to you, that's not a block in the back. I don't care what it looks like. So 2nd down and 16 for Wilmington from the 20-yard line of the Titans. Handoff comes off the right side. This gets down inside the 15. So a gain of 5 yards. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 11. And the problem for Wilmington is there really isn't a viable field goal option.
No.
So the Cats are really in 4-down territory.
Unless Shaw can still kick tonight.
And I don't think they're going to risk that. So 3rd down and 11 from the Titan 15-yard line. Up under center is Hopwood. Takes his time here. In motion is Dempsey. Gets the pitch off the left side. Cuts it back inside the 10. And Dempsey stacked up down around the 8. After a gain of about 6 yards. I'm going to tell you what. The Titans are extremely lucky that the calls that they've gotten so far because they have not been able to stop the running attack. Bring up 3rd down and 5. I guess it was 2nd down last time, or was it 4th down? It should be 4th down, right?
I think so.
It should be 4th down. So 4th down and 5 for Wilmington. They're going to try a field goal here, which is in the middle of the field, and this is not much different than an extra point, about 5 yards difference. It is a 24-yard field goal attempt, and my goodness, did he bang that straight through. As the kick by Alan Richards, the freshman, is straight down the middle, and that looked beautiful. And Wilmington leads it 3-0 with 1:29 to go in the first. Take a break. Come back with more Cats football in just a moment here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955. Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916.
Well, apparently, Monmouth-Roseville just got a sideline warning, despite the fact that they haven't even blown in the play clock yet. So I don't know how that's possible. But at any case, Wilmington will get set to kick it off. I think we have an officiating crew that
really
is wanting to be the center of attention is really what it looks like.
Seems like it.
That was completely needless. I mean, they weren't even close to getting ready to kick off. As this bounces down to the 16, out across the 25, and out near the 30 comes the return. I mean, I've seen some weird things in my time, but that sideline warning, I don't think I've ever seen that one before. Not when you haven't even started a play clock. So the Titans will have it 1st and 10 from their own 30.
And that was a little different, wasn't it?
I mean, aided by a couple of penalties, the Titans ended up getting a stop, but the key for Monmouth-Roseville is they got a stop.
Yeah, that's what they wanted.
So Wilmington just ended up with a field goal, and now the Titans will have it 1st and 10 from their own 30. One receiver to either side, Fletcher under center. Handoff goes up the middle. Decent gain on 1st down. Gain of 4, close to 5 on the run. I believe that's C.J. Daniel on the carry.
I think they used to just using him as a battering ram.
About 4.5, it'll be 2nd down.
Bring up 2nd down and 6.
I mean, that's like throwing those big battering rams into your front door time and time and time again. After a while, people get tired.
Well, you got to think, for the most part, a lot of these schools they're playing wouldn't have a line like they do.
No.
I can't imagine. One receiver to either side. Again, the handoff to Daniel. He gets stood up and shoved backwards after a gain of maybe 3 more. It'll bring up 3rd down and a couple for the Titans. So again, Wilmington looking for a defensive stand here. 3rd down and a long 2. One more play to go here in this first quarter with Wilmington leading it 3-0. One receiver to either side. Fletcher under center. C.J. Daniel, the lone setback. Fletcher taking his time. Handoff comes left side, and it will be a 1st down. A gain of 4, close to 5 on that run. Good hard run by C.J. Daniel.
C.J. Daniel with the carry, and that for a Titan 1st down.
And Monmouth-Roseville will have it 1st and 10 from their own 42, but the quarter is going to run out here. End of the first quarter. Wilmington 3, Monmouth-Roseville nothing. We'll take a break, come back with quarter number 2 after this. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats playoff football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900. When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk Allred & Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred & Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred & Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred & Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred & Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today.
1st and 10 for the Titans from their own 42. Fletcher drops back and he's sacked back at the 34-yard line. That's Cameron Holman on the sack for Wilmington. It'll bring up 2nd down and long for the Titans. Wow, what a move by Holman around the outside. You think they like having him back in a defensive line position?
I mean, tell you, the lineman was trying to stay with him. He just went right on by him.
2nd down and 17. The ball back at the Titan 34-yard line. Now 2 receivers to the near side. Out of the shotgun is Addison Fletcher. And C.J. Daniel to his left. Fletcher chops back, trying to set up a screen pass, and that's blown up.
That was almost intercepted.
I mean, blown up.
Number 50?
50, yeah, and I don't have that. It's another one of those sophomore that they never got.
Jesse Cox is coming here.
Is it Jesse Cox?
6'1", 93 senior.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It is Jesse Cox. I should have known that. 50's down. They have him out of numerical order. But, yeah, Jesse Cox is starting middle linebacker and plays on the offensive line for Wilmington, so you'd think I'd know that by now. 3rd down and 17. But, I mean, he almost got there before the ball did.
He just
close. Fletcher drops back to pass, fires far side. This is caught. An initial move made, and a fumble on the play, and Wilmington has it. They do. At the Monmouth Roseville 44-yard line, the pass was completed to Jamani Skinner, who tried to get a few extra yards out of it. He ended up gaining 10, but in the meantime, coughed up the football. Give credit to Wilmington for ripping it out, and the Cats will have it 1st and 10 from the Titan 44. Boy, that's really nice defense. Three plays in a row. That's just stellar. So Wilmington will have it 1st and 10 from the Titan 44-yard line. Hopwood up under center. Back to the double wing here for the Cats. Hafner still in there. Handoff goes to the fullback. This is Jacob Rodewald, and he doesn't get hardly anything. Maybe a yard if you want to be kind there. Bring up 2nd down, and it's basically still 10, just inside 10. And at some point here, you figure Wilmington's going to not necessarily throw a deep pass, but a screen pass or something that will loosen things up a little bit. But who knows? Hopwood back under center, back to the double wing here. 2nd down and 10 from the 44. Pitch comes near side. This is Dempsey. Cuts it back down to the 40-yard line.
Dempsey with the carry.
So pick up 4 yards for Wilmington. Or bring up 3rd down and 6.
He'll be brought up to the 40-yard line.
That's where you'd like to hang on to that ball and take it on in. Use up a good part of the 2nd quarter. Get a score at the same time.
Speaking of the 2nd quarter, 10 minutes to go in the half. Wilmington leading it 3-0. There are no play clocks here, by the way. So your guess is as good as ours. How much time is left on that? And there goes the countdown. Hopwood under center. Takes the snap, handoff right side. This is Hafner shoving the pile ahead.
Man, he just kept tunneling.
I'll get 2, maybe 3. And Wilmington will have a 4th down and 3 from the Titans 37-yard line. Again, I go back to.
Look at these big guys coming in.
Something's going to have to go to the outside. But every time they run to the outside, they've got a block in the back. So you really can't live with that a whole lot. Rodewald back in here. 4th down and 3. Wilmington has it from the 37-yard line out of the double wing. And we have a timeout on the play to the Titans. 8:52 to go in the half. Wilmington leads at 3-0. A big 4th and 3 upcoming after this timeout. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats playoff football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG Tech.com.
Wilmington with a 3-0 lead. 8:52 to go in the half. They'll have a 4th and 3 from the Titan 37-yard line. Now, if you're thinking a little bit outside the box, you'd go double handoff, but since the Wildcats have already used the double handoff, I think there's something else up Barry Southall's sleeve. But we'll see.
I might consider taking a handoff going one way and sending the quarterback the opposite way.
I was thinking that too, having Hopwood on the keeper. In any case, 4th down and 3 from the 37 of the Titans. Back to the double wing here. Pitch comes near side, just a straight run. This is Dempsey, and he's going to have the first down.
Wow.
And get it relatively easily. That's a gain of 5, close to 6. We'll give him 5 on 4th and 3. And Wilmington will have it 1st and 10 from the 32. So Barry says, forget all of that. We're just going to line up and run it.
Straight ahead. Some guys say if you can't make it that, you don't deserve it anyway.
Well, 4th and 3 is a little bit of a stretch, but I would say if it's 4th and 1, yes. We can't get 1 yard. We need to revisit your plans. 1st and 10 for Wilmington. Trey Shaw back in the game. Pitch comes back to Dempsey. He's still fighting ahead.
Look at those blockers going ahead of him.
Down near the 28-yard line.
Big 74, man.
I'm going to tell you what, this is big boy football tonight. There's no doubt about it. These two teams are just lining up and smashing each other. Bring up 2nd down and 7 off a gain of 3. Hafner back in, replacing Shaw. Yeah, if you don't like getting hit hard, this is not your game tonight. 2nd and 7 out of the double wing from the 28. Pitch comes back left side. This is Dempsey down to the 25. And again, if you're Wilmington, you're actually pretty cool with this.
Oh, yes.
If you can get 3 yards at a time, you'll keep getting first downs.
Gain of about 3, it'll be 3rd down.
Set up Wilmington with 3rd down and 3 from the Monmouth-Roseville 25-yard line.
3 to 4 every time. You can pretty much live with that, especially when you're on their side of the field.
We've seen some big lines this year.
Yeah. This is the biggest.
This one takes the cake.
This is the biggest.
3rd down and 3 from the 25. Pitch comes back left side. Dempsey, metal wall. He's not going to get there. He's going to bring up 4th down and a couple. And again, Wilmington going to be facing a big 4th down. Actually, Dempsey almost didn't get anything. Maybe a yard. That was
1 yard. That was it.
I still think, well, obviously on 4th down, passing's not going to catch him off guard now. But I think if Wilmington passes at any point, probably shock everybody in America. 4th down and 2 for Wilmington from the 24 of Monmouth-Roseville. Hear the fans below us here on the home side. Out of the double wing, handoff Hafner, cuts it back. Sam, it's close. And it's going to depend on the spot of that football.
I think he got it.
It's close. It all depends on that spot. The 1st down marker, it looks like, is just beyond the 22. That looks like from where the ball's sitting now that he easily got it.
He should have about a yard almost. About a half a yard.
Well, the 1st down marker is just inside the 22. The nose of the football sitting almost on the 21. So this really shouldn't even be all that close, but unless the chain's not pulled complete on the other side, which I've seen that happen before.
Yeah, that does happen sometimes.
Yeah, and it's by a complete football length.
Yeah.
So Wilmington will get the ball 1st and 10
It'll be a Wildcat 1st down.
from the Monmouth-Roseville
who ran that?
21, 22-yard line. That was Sam Hafner on.
That was a big 2
yards.
yards.
Couple.
Boy, that was a big 2 yards right there.
On again, this Monmouth-Roseville defense is built for this right here.
Yeah. Yeah, they give this
down inside the red zone. If the Wilmington can get there, that's what this Titan defense is there for. I mean, they're big, and they'll clog everything up the middle.
And they switch linemen. They'll run a couple linemen for a while, and they'll take this out and put 2 new ones in.
All right, 1st and 10 for Wilmington from the 22 officially of the Titans. Hopwood under center here. Handoff goes left side. That's Dempsey. There's nothing there. I mean, there's not a thing. Maybe a yard, and that was it.
I mean, to tell you, you're trying to move the.
I don't even think he got a yard.
And you got nothing.
No gain on the play, second down.
He ran right smack into that wall. I'm talking about the Berlin Wall. This is right here. This is the Berlin Wall.
I mean, it's there's some large individuals on that defense.
Here goes another switch out. Put another big one in for one big one, so they're keeping them fresh.
Second down and 10 for Wilmington from the 22 of Monmouth Roseville. 5:20 to go in the half. Handoff goes to Hafner, trying to get the outside. Slipped, and I don't know if his knee went down or not, but another flag is down.
There is a flag on the play.
And a hold on Wilmington.
Oh, give me a break.
Well, that's what, the fourth penalty on Wilmington in the first half?
Yep.
Fourth one?
Yep.
And I didn't see that. That very well could have been one, too, because that took a while to develop. Well, Wilmington now keep continually shooting themselves in the foot.
You know what? This might come to their aid. They got a little more field to work with now. And the big guy is going to have to cover more yardage, so there's a smaller guy coming in.
Yeah, so they go more to that small pass-tight defense now, just Monmouth Roseville. Wilmington, I'm not sure if they're going to go away from the run, though. They might just keep going. Dropping back to pass as Hopwood sets up the screen outside the Rodewald, and he slips to the ground. He actually should have been down. I mean, he was completely down as Rodewald ends up down to the 30. I mean, you got to call that. It's almost sitting on the ground.
Yeah, he was.
Be third down.
How many, what are you getting, 2 yards or something? It's too bad he slipped because he might have gotten something more out of that.
Well, Wilmington facing a situation here that they're not particularly built for, and that's 3rd and 20, actually 3rd and 19 or so.
As they take a yard or two.
They lead the Titans 3-0, 4:25 to go in the half. Hopwood under center, and a double handoff back to the near side. Dempsey breaks one tackle, and still going inside the 25. All the way down to the 20. Dempsey got 11 yards on something that was just not there at all. And now what do you do if you're Wilmington? It's 4th and 10.
He got, 10 yards, 9 and 10 yards.
Actually, almost 11. It's 4th and 9 from the Monmouth Roseville 20. And I'm telling you, man, the penalties have been the Titans' biggest friend.
Yeah, they certainly have been.
They've kept them in the game. 4th down and 9 for Wilmington from the 20-yard line. 2 receivers to the far side. Hopwood out of the shotgun here. He'll take the snap, drops back to pass. Swings it near side. Hunter Doherty with it. He breaks a tackle. He's got a first down, and Hunter Doherty all the way down to the 7. My goodness, the big boy rumbles all the way for a first down. And a gain of 14 yards on a screen pass to Hunter Doherty.
That was a great call. They've used him one other time in a screen pass. Remember that? A couple games ago.
Doherty, the 6'1", 277-pound lineman who's transferred over to tight end on the left side with Schnicker.
And he just ran through those arm tackles.
Yeah, you're not bringing him down with an arm tackle. Some of those guys you are. You're not bringing him down with one. 1st and goal for Wilmington from the 6-yard line. Pitch back to Dempsey. And whistle is blown dead at the 6, or close to the 5. I'll bring up 2nd down and goal. So Wilmington will have it. 2nd down and goal from the 5. Monmouth Roseville screaming for a fumble, but that's what happens when the whistle is blown and then the ball gets taken out, is that you don't get it.
Yeah, they keep reaching and scratching for it. Did he get in gain that 2 yards?
Yeah, it got maybe a yard. To bring up 2nd down and goal just outside the 5. So Hopwood back under center. Back to the double wing here with Hafner and Dempsey. Pitch back to Dempsey. Down inside the 5. Connor stacked up at about the 3. Well, I don't know. I mean, you're asking a whole lot of Connor Dempsey.
Yeah, you are.
Off that left side. Dempsey at 5'9", 175 pounds.
Against 300.
Gets the ball down inside the 3. It'll bring up 3rd and goal from there. The one thing this does if you're Wilmington is it kills the entire second quarter. I mean the entire second quarter. We're down to 1:35 to go in the half. Wilmington knocking on the door, and so far, Monmouth Roseville has kept them out.
They certainly have.
And now we have a timeout to the Titans. So Monmouth Roseville uses a timeout. 1:29 to go in the half. Wilmington leads at 3-0. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 3 when we come back and listen to Wilmington Wildcats playoff football, the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818.
Well, Wilmington will have it 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line with 1:29 to go in the half. Be sure to stick around for our halftime show, brought to you by Pro Real Estate with offices there in Wilmington. A halftime show will have your first half stats. We'll have a full check of the IHSA football scoreboard brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. We'll go over all those playoff scores. And we'll get you set for the second half as well. All that and more on the halftime show brought to you by Pro Real Estate with offices in Wilmington. So the Cats will have it 3rd down and goal from the 3, and Wilmington goes I formation with Rodewald at fullback, Sam Hafner at tailback. As Hopwood under center, pitches it off to Hafner, has a wall, gets down inside the 2, down to the 1, and he is down inside the 1. So the clock will run. And if you're Monmouth Roseville, do you use a timeout to have some time left in this half, or you just let it roll?
I guess they'll let it roll.
Well, if I'm Wilmington, I go right back to I formation, and there is the timeout. And I agree with Coach Adelson here. Why not? If you can get the ball back with a minute left to go in the half, you might as well take a couple shots. Wilmington will have it 4th and goal. The ball, well, it looks like right at the 1-yard line, maybe just outside. It's really hard to tell from our angle.
They got the ball on the 4 on the scoreboard. That's not right. So.
No, it's down. It's almost sitting directly on the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
Well, no matter what here for Wilmington, I mean, clearly the Wildcats would like to get a touchdown here, no doubt about that. Monmouth Roseville will get a lot of momentum if they stop them. But if you're Wilmington and you turn the ball over on downs here, that leaves Monmouth Roseville in a huge hole with just a minute to go in the half. And Wilmington gets the ball. Start second half, correct?
Yes.
Do you believe? So if Wilmington can get a score here and then get the ball in second half and get another score, now you got something cooking. The problem is you're trying to score a running offense against a huge defensive line inside the 5-yard line. Well, here it is. This might be early play of the game stuff right here.
Oh, boy.
4th and goal for Wilmington from the 1-yard line. 1:03 to go in the half. The Cats up 3-0. Hopwood under center. Double wing this time. Pitch back to Dempsey. And he is, I don't think he made it. Connor Dempsey is stopped inside the 1. So Monmouth Roseville will take over.
About 1 foot out.
Inside the 1-yard line. I mean, that's as close as you can get. Well, again, I guess if you're Wilmington, you're going to live and die with the run game.
You were a little surprised they went up the middle?
I was surprised they went back to double wing and ran it up the middle.
Yeah, me too.
I thought I formation slamming in there again, but The Cats went back to the double wing instead.
You need that blocker in
front
of
And the problem is if you're running the double wing, there's no real forward motion.
No, that was not suitable for what they needed, it looked like.
Well, Monmouth Roseville has it 1st and 10 from inside their own 1-yard line. 59 seconds to go in the half. Handoff comes back out to near the 3, and if you're Wilmington, do you use a timeout?
Oh,
I
call
guess
it quick.
they don't. I would have.
Oh, man.
No doubt I would have made them
better
kick
believe
this
I
ball.
would have. They had almost a full minute.
C.J. Daniel with the carry. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, I am surprised by that. I'm really surprised by that. Because now Monmouth Roseville doesn't really have to do much of anything here. High formation, down to 25 seconds to go in the half. Handoff comes out across the 8 to the 9-yard line, and I think Coach Rinks is going to be okay with letting this run out now because 3rd and short, you don't want to give the Titans any opportunity here. And that is going to do it for the half. Well, it's been a good one. I mean, it's been defensive-minded, to say the least. A 3-0 lead for Wilmington as we hit the half. Welcome into the halftime show, brought to you by Pro Real Estate with offices there in Wilmington. Well, take a break. We'll come back with your first half stats in just a little bit as the Cats lead at 3-0. Back with more of the halftime show brought to you by Pro Real Estate in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop. Your vehicle will get expert care with their drive-on frame rack and in their Bink spray booth. Warren's offers free estimates, pickup and delivery service, and they will get you set up with a loaner car while yours is in the shop. Warren's Collision Center is located at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood, or online anytime at warrenscollision.com. That's warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
Heroin. I am Matt Baskerville. As a funeral director in Will County, I can tell you firsthand that I have seen results of heroin overdose.
Plainfield Shorewood, 4 dead. Lockport, 5 dead. I am Reagan Freitag. As Wilmington's local prosecutor and Will County board member, I can tell you I have seen the trouble and hardships of addictions.
Frankfort, Mokina, New Lenox, 6 dead. Bolingbrook, Romeoville, 6 dead. In Wilmington and Braidwood, heroin equals death or arrest.
Wilmington, Braidwood, 8 dead. Thanks to efforts of our local police departments, that number has dropped from 8 deaths in 2015 to 2 deaths so far in 2016.
If your family, your friend, or you are suffering from heroin addiction, there is help. Please call 815-476-1660 for more information.
Help is only a phone call away.
This ad is brought to you by the Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community in partnership with ONDCP and SAMHSA.
Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
Back on the halftime show, brought to you by Pro Real Estate at pro-homes.net and at 815-476-7916. At the half, Wilmington leads at 3-0 over Monmouth Roseville. Their first half stats, first off for the Titans, rushing the football, Addison Fletcher, 1 rushing attempt for -8 yards. C.J. Daniel ran the ball 6 times for 17 yards. So if you put up Monmouth Roseville's first half yardage, 7 rushing attempts for 9 yards. And wait, it gets better. Through the air, Addison Fletcher is 2 of 5 for 12 yards. Those 2 passes caught by Jamani Skinner for 12 yards. In the first half, Monmouth Roseville has 21 yards of offense.
Yeah, 21.
21 yards of offense, yet they're only losing 3-0.
Yeah.
You got to be thrilled out of your mind if you're the Titans with that.
That big defensive line has saved that goal line several times.
So for Wilmington, rushing the football, Connor Dempsey, 16 carries for 77 yards in that first half. Jacob Rodewald, 3 carries for 6 yards. Trey Shaw ran it once for 4 yards. Sam Hafner, 6 carries for 75 yards. Wilmington, 26 rushing attempts for 162 yards. Through the air, Keaton Hopwood is 2 of 2 for 16 yards. Jacob Rodewald, 1 reception for 2 yards, and Hunter Doherty, 1 reception for 14 yards. Put that all together, Wilmington outgained Monmouth Roseville 176-21 in the first half, and yet still lead only 3-0.
Yeah, the thing it doesn't show is they didn't show that mountain of men standing across the goal line. You can't get through.
Well, and ultimately what happened at the end of the first half, you know, I can fully understand. I can fully sympathize with. You're a running team, and you're going to run it, and you're going to run it, and you're going to run it.
That's what got you here.
But running it in the right way is kind of where and again, that comes down to Barry seeing some things and thinking that something's going to work. And on 4th and 1 for the goal line, they went back to the double wing and tried to hand it off to Dempsey, and that didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, you're trying to run Connor through 18,000 pounds of flesh and on that goal line.
And again, I think that comes back to what you're talking about with Keaton Hopwood keeping the football there. If he keeps the football, he can walk into the end zone. There ain't nobody within 20 yards of him. And
I really believe if he'd have faked the handoff and gone the opposite direction, he could have just about had his way.
You can tell by the way the line is crashing down. Now, you might see some of that in the second half. You only really get away with that one time. So you got to keep that for one play. But I mean, let's face it. Wilmington, they are what they are, which is they run the football, they run the football 95% of the time, and either they beat you or they don't, and that's pretty much.
They usually live or die by the run.
And it's the way it's been for years, and that's the way it's going to be now.
That's what they do good.
I mean, so if people want them to light the playbook on fire and do it, that's not going to happen.
No, it's not.
So it is what it is, and Wilmington has been very successful doing that. It's just tonight. It's going to be about picking the right spots and the right areas to run that ball in. And, now that you have some first half footage here that you can take a look at and you can throw in a few wrinkles. I still like where Wilmington is at in this game. They're leading 3-0, but they have absolutely dominated every aspect of the game other than scoring a touchdown.
What's been overlooked is when the defense has had to play, they have played tremendously well.
They have. And, that the defense from Monmouth Roseville, we said, that's built for inside run football.
Yeah, if you could ever get one of those long runs all the way to the end zone, you'd have it made.
And the thing that hasn't benefited Wilmington either is that every time they've run to the outside, a penalty's been called. Every single time, and that's kind of taken away some of that attack. So
because that's where their quickness is on that running outside. And they've had to give up the running outside and run inside, and that has limited their game plan a lot.
But I still like where Wilmington stands in this game. You give up 21 yards of offense, you like your chances in pulling out a W. Wilmington needs to get the ball at the beginning of the second half and score a touchdown. You do that, and that opens the game up a little bit. And then I like kind of where it stands from there. But in any case, at the moment, Monmouth Roseville has done a great job defensively. When they've needed to, they've gotten stops. Now, some of that stuff's been aided by penalties. But when it comes down to it, they made stops, whether it's penalty aided or not. So Wilmington leads it 3-0 here at the half. and we'll see what the Cats can do to kind of rebound for the second half.
Something else we don't want to forget in that first half was that the freshman, Alan Richards, came through with the field goal.
Sure did.
That was not an easy shot with those big guys coming through there.
It would be 0-0 at the moment. Okay, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll have a full check of the IHSA football scoreboard brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. We've got a bunch of playoff scores to get to here tonight. We'll do that after this. Wilmington leads at 3-0 over Monmouth. We're back with that scoreboard check in just a moment. You're listening to the Halftime Show brought to you by Pro Real Estate at pro-homes.net and at 815-476-7916.
Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900.
Back in the Halftime Show brought to you by Pro Real Estate at pro-homes.net and 815-476-7916. Time for a check of the IHSA football scoreboard brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. We'll start with 1A. We're going to go through the finals here, and then we'll give you some scores that are kind of in progress here in just a little bit. Let's start with... I'm trying to figure out, is this 1A down? I got something mixed up here. Where's 1A? Is that? This goes down this way?
Yeah, it goes top to bottom.
Okay. All right, let's start with Class 1A. Pardon us while we try to figure this out. Let's start with 1A. Finals, Princeville beats Polo 35-7. Lena Winslow beats Lewistown today 64-14. It was Orr 42-6 over Leroy. Ottawa Marquette blew out Orangeville 41-6. Dakota blows out Stockton 48-8. Milledgeville beats Fulton 56-22. Argenta Oriana 50-10 over Cerro Gordo Beemont Co-op. It was Fisher, the Bunnies, 48-15 over Cumberland. Red Hill loses to Central A&M. Is that score right? 48-40? Holy cow, shootout over there. Central A&M wins that. Edwards County, 7-0 over Madison. It was Camp Point Central 43, Greenfield 12. Carrollton 37-14 over Cesar Valier. And Triopia 33-14 over Georgetown Ridge Farm. Arcola beats Salt Fork 31-13. All right, let's go to 2A, which I think this is kind of jumbled here a little bit. All right, let's go to 2A. Gibson City 76-6 over Watseka. It was Illini West 50-26 over Mercer County. Newman Central Catholic 54, Rockford Christian 14. Orion 24-21 over Fieldcrest. Clifton Central loses to Rockridge. Boy, that was a game. 30-28, Rockridge beats Clifton Central.
Wow.
It was Eastland Pearl City 58-26 over Harland. St. Teresa 45-0 over Staunton. Athens 35-8 over El Dorado. It was Pana 28, Oakwood 21. Tri-Valley beats Nashville 14-7. Maroa Forsyth 55, Route Co-op 13. Chester 42, Warrensburg Latham 20. Tuscola beat Villa Grove 42-6. On to Class 3A, which of course the one that's
This is all on top of 5. That's all right there. That's
All right. So in 3A, Rock Island Alleman loses to Byron. Although a little bit closer game than I think people were thinking. Byron wins, is that 30-14 or 50-14? Do you remember? 50. Almost, so it wasn't as close as I thought. 50-14 Byron over Rock Island Alleman. It was Princeton 39, Elmwood Brimfield 12. Lyle beat Dwight last night 38-14. It was North Boone 48, Mid-County Co-op 7. Herscher beats Dunbar, another I-8 team with the win, 37-20. Eureka 54, Inglewood 6. Monticello 50, St. Joseph Ogden 7. Anna Jonesboro 56-28 over West Frankfort. It was Greenville with an upset over Farmington today. 28-14 as the Farmers lose and are out again early in the playoffs after having what seemed to be a pretty stacked roster. Carlinville 47, East Alton Riverwood 8. It was Paxton Buckley Lona 33-6 over Vandalia. Fairfield 34, Newton 28. That game was in overtime. And Williamsville 50-20 over DuQuoin. Up to 4A. All right, here you go. Let me take a look at this. 4A. It's IC Catholic 49-8 over Raby. Not a big surprise there. Stillman Valley 28-13 over Dixon. It was Urban Prep Bronzeville 24-14 over St. Edward. Marengo 47, Sullivan 20. Coal City blows out Wheaton Academy 37-0. Richmond Burton blows out another IA team in Plano 42-0. It was Genoa Kingston 61, Clemente 8. Taylorville 57, IVC 30. Columbia 33, Freeburg 14. Rochester 53, Breeze Central 27. Pontiac blows out Heron 48-7. Paris 42, Salem 14. Effingham beats Breeze Mater Dei 21-6. Bishop McNamara down there in Kankakee, a 59-17 winner over Richland County. And Murfreesboro Co-op beat Prairie Central 22-20 in overtime. So a good matchup there. So let's see, 5A. Evergreen Park 63-34 over Peyton. It was Elmwood Park 41-12 over Back of the Yards. Montini 42, Woodstock North 7. Sycamore beat Rochelle 21-7. Hyde Park loses to Brooks 38-30. Boylan Catholic 42, Glenbard South nothing. St. Francis beat Amundsen 49-6. Hillcrest 47, Jerseyville 6. MacArthur over Morton, that was 41-20. And let's see, a couple more here. Mattoon beat Muskota 28-24. Marion also beat Rich East 29-12. To 6A we go. Cary Grove 49, Wakanda 7. It was Phillips 30, Lake Forest 24. Boy, Phillips got a nice close game today. They've been a problem for a lot of people for years, and they were just 6 up on Lake Forest. Prairie Ridge 38-14 over Hinsdale South. It was Antioch 49, Revis nothing. Lakes 35-17 over Belvedere North. Crystal Lake South beat Kenwood 38-14. Richards 49, Rock Island nothing. Yorkville beat Dunlap 28-21. Normal West 34, Peoria 21, Peoria Notre Dame. Shepherd 51-36 over Springfield. It was Washington blowing out Providence 35-0. Sacred Heart Griffin 34, Quincy 14, Glenwood 24, Lamont 21, Crete-Monee 41, Bloomington 13. Up to 7A we go. Simeon 46, Rockford East nothing. Lincoln Way West, another somewhat local score right down the road.
Yes.
24-17 over Harlem. Nazareth 42, Andrew 11. It was Hershey, 52-13 over Lincoln Way Central. Batavia 49, Granite City nothing. Willowbrook 35-0 over Lincoln Park. It was Maine West 20, Bennett Academy 18. Good tight game there. Glenbard East 40-14 over Prospect. East St. Louis 62-14 over Hoffman Estates. Mount Carmel 38-0 over Thornton Fractional South. Lake Zurich 17-0 over DeKalb. Hononegah 21, Buffalo Grove 20. That was from Friday night. Wheaton Warrenville South 20, Belleville West 12. Rolling Meadows 29-27 over Alton.
Good one.
Normal Community loses to St. Charles North 44-29. 8A. Oak Park River Forest 34-16 over New Trier. It was Warren 14, Neuqua Valley 3. Hinsdale Central 28-14 over Conant. Homewood Flossmoor 21-0 over Fremd. Naperville Central blows out Plainfield South 42-10. Lincoln Way East blows out St. Charles East 49-0. It was Glenbard West 49-20 over Bartlett. Edwardsville 44, Evanston 27. Maine South goes crazy on Huntley, 55-14. And Waubonsie Valley 38-21 over Bolingbrook. My goodness. Okay, and then scores at the moment before we get to your second half kick. Aurora Christian leads whoever they're playing 7-6. It's Hope Academy 24, Knoxville 8. Crystal Lake South leads Kenwood 28-0, and Barrington and Oswego East are scoreless. And we'll keep an eye on those games for you as we go on. Literally, that took so long that we're now ready for the third quarter. And we'll get right to it here. Wilmington will receive.
See what they can do about that huge, gigantic defensive line they've been trying to run through.
Yes, Monmouth Roseville will kick it off left to right. By the way, big thank you to Pro Real Estate for our halftime show at pro-homes.net. Second half underway. Wilmington returning right to left from the 10-yard line. Across the 20, out to the 25, and out to the 30. And that's where Wilmington will start 1st and 10 on the return by Tafoya. Well, in the first half, Wilmington outgained Monmouth Roseville 176-21. And yet the Wildcats only lead this game 3-0.
When it gets close to that end zone, they put that stone wall, and boy, you can't go through it. You got to go around it. But they've been called for penalties every time they try to go around.
1st and 10 for Wilmington from their own 30, going right to left again. And there's a false start in the Cats. Well, that doesn't help. And it goes from 1st and 10 to 1st and 15.
That was not a mistake either.
Nope. That was definitely a penalty.
That was wrong. That was a penalty, yeah.
Well, the Wildcats have been their own worst enemy, that's for sure.
Boy, they need to play error-free ball, and they haven't done that at all.
That's now what, the 5th penalty of the night?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 5th one.
And none of them were kind of little meaningless type of things either. They have all been drive killers. 1st and 15 for Wilmington from their own 25. Dropping back to pass, Hopwood fires it deep down the far sideline and overshot Cam Harbor. He had him open, just didn't hit him. Now at the 45. I mean, that really, honestly, should have been a first down, if not more. Harbor had about 3 or 4 yards on the nearest defender.
Just wasn't there.
And see, that's the problem then when you throw on first down. On 1st and 15, it leaves you on 2nd and 15. Again, not that I'm complaining. It's just the byproduct of what happens if you don't convert.
Right.
1st and 10 for the Cats from the 25. Back to the double wing here. Hafner in motion, gets the pitch, trying to get to the outside. And got the corner, kind of, and ends up getting shoved out of bounds after a gain of 3 or 4 yards. I'll bring up 3rd down and 11.
Gain of about 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd down.
Can't be 3. Got to be 4.
Bring up 3rd and 11 here for the Cats. And again, we have not seen Trey Shaw hardly at all tonight. Wilmington was hoping to get him back.
Yeah.
And he has not played much. And Sam Hafner's done a great job in his place, but Trey Shaw would be an added bonus tonight for sure. Handoff comes underneath. That's not going to go anywhere. Hafner on the carry. And it'll bring up 4th down and 12.
Lost the yard in that one.
So Wilmington would get set to punt it away. There's Grant Imhoff to kick it away. Decent kick here. Bounces, rolls down inside the Titan 40, down to the 39. Well, in some ways, you kind of get the feeling that the defense for Wilmington's going to have to do the scoring. You can get a fumble return or an interception return. I mean, I guess if you really want to be straight up about it, your defense can win the game at 3-0.
Yeah, you could.
I mean, they've only given up 21 yards, but I wouldn't count on that in the second half.
Yeah, I've seen him throw the ball. He can throw the ball if he needs to. And a 190-pound running back is used to carrying the pigskin.
1st and 10 for the Titans from their own 39. Out of the I formation. Handoff comes near side, and that's a good gain on first down. A gain of about 5, close to 6. On the run by C.J. Daniel. Again, not fast, but he's a big back. He manages to pick up 6. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. We've seen some backs this year that might have been a touchdown.
Oh, boy.
2nd and 4 from the 46 of Monmouth Roseville. Handoff is stacked up after a gain of a yard. In the world is the far side referee marking? He is all the way out at the 49-yard line. I know you want to be a little,
Johnson
kind, but so it'll be 3rd down and a long yard, actually closer to 2 here. I formation for Monmouth Roseville. One receiver to either side. Under center is Addison Fletcher. He's going to keep it, and I don't think he got it.
No, I don't either.
I don't even really think he got close, to be honest with you. It'll be 4th down for the Titans here, and what do you do if you're Monmouth Roseville? I go for it. Your defense hasn't given up anything inside the red zone, so.
Yeah, I think they're going for it.
I would. I wouldn't even hesitate.
I give it to the big back. That's what I do.
4th down and less than a yard. We'll see what Wilmington does here, although if you really want to gamble, if you're the Titans, you can uncork one here. 4th down and a yard from the 49. Pitch goes to the outside. That was actually a really nice call on 4th and 1. It'll pick up a gain of 13 yards and a Monmouth Roseville first down.
Good call, a fantastic block on the end down there. Freed him up and let him cut the corner.
So 1st and 10 for Monmouth Roseville from the Wilmington 38. The Wildcats offense has struggled to put points on the board, and that might end up being the problem here before it's all said and done. I formation, handoff, goes to the far side, and again, a pickup of 2, maybe 3 yards. Daniel with the carry, Rodewald on the stop. Picks up 2, close to 3. Bring up 2nd down, we'll call it 7. Boy, Wilmington needs a defensive stand, something fierce, because the offense got a penalty and ended up going nowhere.
Yeah, that's right. That's been the thing all night long. 2nd
down and a long 7. I formation here. Handoff to the fullback, who actually bounced off the initial tackle and comes around the near side. Oh, that's Daniel. Inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. A gain of 17 yards, and that should have been stopped in the backfield.
It should have been. The problem was they didn't wrap him up. They knocked him back, but didn't wrap him up, and he got loose. And everybody was committed to the inside, and he just went out where there was nobody left.
Again, not a lot of speed there, but he can break tackles.
Yeah, no, he's not very fast, but boy, he does.
You don't need to be fast.
He can rumble the man right on through everybody.
So now the new back in. I think is that Bratcher? Handoff goes up the middle for a gain of about 3 yards to bring up 2nd down and 7. That was Austin Johnson, a 5'10", 230-pound junior. How in the world did they get these kids?
I don't know. It's like you're
they
playing
are massive.
It's like you're playing giants.
So the 230-pound back will stay back there. One receiver to either side. Back up under center is Fletcher. 2nd down and 7 from the Wilmington 16. Swing pass over. This is going to get the corner and might get the touchdown. It's inside the 5, and he is out of bounds, I believe, inside the 2, maybe inside the 1. That would be a gain. No, did he fumble the ball out of the end zone? He might have fumbled the ball. They called for a touchback, I do believe. Is that what happened? Oh, my goodness. Jamani Skinner lost the ball trying to go into the end zone, and it went through the end zone. And Wilmington, just like that, gets an unbelievable break.
Let's see. All right, first of all.
That is a 17 or 16-yard pass reception for Jamani Skinner. Evidently, he's trying to go into the end zone on the far side, lost the football. The football went through the end zone and out of bounds, and Wilmington subsequently gets it at their own 20. Holy smokes. Wow.
Wow, that was something else.
That is unbelievable. You want to talk about a swing in momentum, the Wildcats better take advantage of this. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Pitch comes off the left side, pounding ahead out across the 25 to the 30-yard line. Goes Connor Dempsey. He'll pick up 9 yards. He'll bring up 2nd down and a yard.
I tell you, the Wildcats really need to make this possession count. That was a wake-up bell there.
Well, whenever you get handed a huge gift like that, you better take advantage of it. 2nd down and a yard for Wilmington from their own 29. Pitch back. This is Hafner. He breaks across the 40. Hafner to midfield, to the 40. Hafner up the sideline. 25, 20. Hafner's going to go. Touchdown, Wilmington. 71 yards. Sam Hafner on the touchdown run. My goodness, how things change.
He had one guy that had a chance to cut him off, and he outran him, took a dive and hit his feet, but he couldn't bring him down. Wow.
Sam Hafner got up the middle and then bounced it to the outside and had one guy to beat inside the 30-yard line and ran through the sweeping tackle that was there. And Wilmington will now attempt the extra point. The kick is good, and the Cats lead it 10-0 after one crazy, crazy turn of events.
10-2, right?
Nope, 10-0. 5:51 to go in the third. We'll take a break. Come back with more of the third quarter here in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com.
Wow. You want to talk about some crazy, crazy football in the playoffs. Jamani Skinner was 1 yard away from putting the Titans up 6-3, fumbled the ball at the 1. It goes through the end zone, and a couple of plays later, Sam Hafner goes 71 yards for a touchdown, and the Cats now lead it 10-0 instead of trailing 7-3.
This has been the craziest game.
And that's how fast things can change. And if you don't believe that, just watch the Bears a couple of times.
Oh, boy.
The kick here rolls down inside the 30, bobbled, and then a knee taken at the 23-yard line.
Been a lot of slipping out there in that grass.
Yeah.
A little bit of moisture on the grass, evidently.
The 1st and 10 for Monmouth Roseville from their own 24-yard line. And let's not kid anyone here. The Titans went straight through the Wilmington defense.
Boy, did they
last time around. And I mean, they pounded it and they passed it. And if you're Monmouth Roseville, you can build on that momentum. The Cats lead it 10-0. 5:50 to go in the third quarter in what has been a crazy, crazy first-round matchup. Two receivers to the near side. Fletcher under center out of the I formation. Handoff goes across the 25 to near the 26. That's C.J. Daniel, who will pick up a couple of yards, bring up 2nd down and 8.
Well, they did just what I do. They keep running that Daniel at you. 190 pounds a shot. Wow.
Well, and when you have an offensive line that averages 285, 290, I wouldn't go away from that anytime soon.
Man.
Maybe some play action every now and then, but two receivers to the near side. I formation for Monmouth Roseville. Fletcher under center, pitches it toward the outside. Cutting it back is Daniel, trying to get the corner, and he'll get across the 40 and run out of bounds at the 42. And a flag on Keaton Hopwood. And that's not a particularly good call either.
That is a bad call.
I mean, Hopwood is in the process of making the tackle. I mean, what do you want him to do? Stop making the tackle?
Yeah, stop him midair.
Inbounds? I mean, the contact was made inbounds, and then he carried it through out of bounds. But, I mean,
well, first of all,
again, it's on the Monmouth Roseville sideline, so you're always going to get the benefit of the doubt on that. So we have personal foul on Wilmington, and they'll mark it off. I have no idea why the Monmouth Roseville parents were upset. There's people screaming at the referees. It's like, you do realize you're getting a 15-yard penalty, right?
I mean, how is he supposed to stop going out of bounds?
You can't.
He went right into the bench, but there's nothing he could do about it. He went in the bench just as well as the other guy did.
Right. In any case, Wilmington defense going to have to do something here after a gain of about 20 yards and then a 15-yard penalty tacked on, and all of a sudden Monmouth Roseville in business. 1st and 10 at the Wilmington 42. Handoff goes to the fullback, who bangs ahead for a gain of 5, close to 6.
Gain of about.
So that is Austin Johnson. The 5'10", 230-pound fullback gets 5. It'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Both of their big gainers have been on broken plays.
Is there a small guy on this roster?
They don't have small guys. Not playing there.
You think you're playing at 8A school, as big as these guys are. Two receivers to the far side. Under center is Fletcher. He'll hand it off again to the fullback. He'll bang ahead, and he'll get 3, close to 4. It'll bring up 3rd down and short. That's Johnson again on the carry.
Gain of about 3. It'll be 3rd down.
I'm telling you, I think I just keep feeding that kid.
230 pounds worth, I would think.
You get 3 or 4 yards, you're going to get them. Not a whole lot out there that's going to stop that.
And he doesn't do anything fancy. He lowers his head and goes straight at you.
Two receivers to the outside. Fletcher under center. I formation here. Under 4 minutes to go in the third. As Wilmington crowding the line of scrimmage, and now everybody backs off a little bit. Wilmington does send some pressure. Handoff goes off the right side. This should be enough for a 1st down. He only needed 2 yards, and that's what he got.
Johnson with the carry.
That's Austin Johnson. He'll have a 1st down after a gain of 2.
Boy, he just made it. Good tackling by Wilmington. Take a 230-pound guy and stop him with about a 1.5-yard gain. 1.5 to 2 yard gain. Boy, that's not bad, but didn't get the.
I'll tell you, when I drive 2.5 hours, I want to see a football game. This is a football game.
This is.
I mean, this
turned into
unbelievable for the first
battle.
round. Two receivers to the outside. I formation, fumble on the play on an errant snap, and Ketman's going to sack Fletcher back at the 35. That was really strange because it looked like the ball was snapped and nobody was even in a 3-point stance yet.
Have a loss on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Which is very strange because they weren't even near set. Which begs the question, isn't that a penalty for not being set on the line of scrimmage?
I would think. the right tackle looked like he moved.
Second down and 14 from the Wilmington 35. Fletcher drops back to pass, fires, and it is incomplete. Dropped at the 30-yard line. Good coverage out there by Tafoya. That was intended for Skinner, I do believe. I'll bring up third down and 14 from the Wilmington 35. Again, you feel like if the Wildcats can get a defensive stop, they're in a pretty good spot here.
You get a defensive stop and then grab that ball and pound out another long gaining touchdown run. Touchdown with a number of runs.
Back to the I formation, one receiver to either side from the 35-yard line. Fake the pitch and rolling right side. Pass is caught inside the 20, 15, 10. Down inside the 5. There is a flag down on the far sideline at the 35-yard line. The Wilmington sideline is saying that it's on Monmouth Roseville, but we'll see. That would be a huge gain. Would have been a gain of about 28 yards, but it looks like it is coming back. Illegal motion on the Titans.
Boy,
I'm talking about penalties that kill you.
That's a hard penalty, man. Yeah.
Because that was a great play call.
Yeah, it was
from the Titans.
Great,
I mean,
very good execution. Had the guy coming across middle all by his lonesome.
Well, now what do you do if you're Monmouth Roseville? Because now you're at third down and essentially 19.
Wilmington needs to get a stop here because that's another gift looking you right in the mouth.
The Titans are they've done everything right on offense except finish. At least in the second half, anyway.
They and Wilmington both have been their own worst enemies.
Out of the shotgun, a little bit of a high snap. The reverse smacked over on the near side. And really nice job. I mean, that's outstanding by Sam Hafner.
Wow.
No gain. They tried to run a reverse to Jamani Skinner, and Sam Hafner had none of that. He was staying home and ready.
Now, that's what you're supposed to do in defense. Stay in your place. Stay in your lane. Take out your responsibility. Don't get sucked in.
A gain of 1 yard. It'll bring up fourth down and 18. And if you're Monmouth Roseville, you have to punt this, right?
Oh, I would.
I mean, you got to back
Why
Wilmington
give them
up.
the ball here? Take a chance to give them the ball here.
It looks like they're going to go for it, but I would be.
I know. I'd put somebody rushing in there.
I'd be a little surprised if that's what they do. And they do. The pass comes over the middle. It is caught and a first down. Wow, what a pass. Inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line.
Boy.
And that was Rylan Heinrich with a 20-yard reception for a first down. I mean, that was a beautiful pass by Addison Fletcher.
I told you he could throw the ball.
I'm kind of surprised they did that, but, you know, I guess if you're Monmouth Roseville, you got to take a gamble. 34. You might just have to throw it right down there at the bottom. I formation here from the Wilmington 18, I do believe. Handoff goes down near the 16 to the fullback. And we've got a flag down. This is going to be a shocker. This is on Wilmington because it seems like that's how maybe somebody grabbed a face mask.
One thing they could do is blow it whistle dead a little quicker.
So it's sportsmanlike conduct against Wilmington. No real explanation given. That will put the ball at the Wildcats' 8-yard line. Well, if you're Wilmington, you can go back to that 4th and 18. You can't give up 20 yards on 4th down and 18. I mean, that's just a simple fact of the matter.
Exactly what I was trying to get out. I said they did not rush the passer. They let it go, and they gave him plenty of time.
Well, Coach Rain's trying to get an explanation as to what the penalty was actually for. So it'll be first down and goal for Monmouth Roseville from the Wilmington 8. And again, the Titans have moved the ball very well in this second half, have had no problems. I formation here, up under center is Fletcher. Handoff comes up the middle. This is down inside the 5. Actually might be stacked up right at the 5. A gain of 4 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and goal from there.
Was that the little guy Johnson?
That was, no, that was C.J. Daniel.
Doesn't make a whole lot of difference.
Nope.
They just keep alternating the two of them. They send one out, bring one in. And they keep them fresh and ready to go.
2nd down and goal from the Wilmington 5. I formation here. Fletcher under center. Handoff goes to the fullback. And he is down near the 2-yard line.
Johnson with the carry.
Not a whole lot there for Austin Johnson.
He got about 1 yard or so on it.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. Wilmington leads it 10-0 at the end of 3. We'll head to the fourth quarter in just a moment. Wilmington trying to hold Monmouth Roseville out of the end zone. We're back with more first-round playoff action in a moment. You're listening to Wildcats Football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818. If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's.
So Wilmington leads it 10-0 as we go to the fourth quarter. However, that lead is anything but safe, as the Titans have the ball at the Wilmington 2-yard line, or just outside of it, as we start the fourth quarter. Again, no matter what here, Wilmington's offense has to be productive in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, they've got to be.
Because the Titans are starting to own the line of scrimmage.
That's what I was afraid was going to happen in the second half. You can't keep tossing those big fellas around, not get tired.
I formation here. Pitch goes to the outside, and this is in for the touchdown. Nice run off that side by C.J. Daniel. And it's a 10-6 lead for Wilmington with 11:55 to go in this one.
What kind of a horn is that?
A loud one. Boy, for those of you that envision I-8 football, you know, the old school I-8, just lining up and running and smash mouth and all that, this is your type of football. Good snap. The kick is good. And it's a 10-7 lead for Wilmington with 11:55 to go in the game. Take a break. Come back to more Cats football in just a moment here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop. Your vehicle will get expert care with their drive-on frame rack and in their Bink spray booth. Warren's offers free estimates, pickup and delivery service, and they will get you set up with a loaner car while yours is in the shop. Warren's Collision Center is located at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood, or online anytime at warrenscollision.com. That's warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair. Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington. And you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
To the fourth quarter we go. I know we ran one play, but essentially the start of the fourth. 10-7 is the lead for Wilmington. Although the 21 yards that the Titans got in the first half, yeah, you could say bye-bye to that offense.
Yeah, that big beef out there is beginning to pay off.
So a deep kick here by Addison Fletcher. Taken out to the 20, and that's where Tafoya will be stopped. And Wilmington will take over 1st and 10 right there. Well, now if you're the Wilmington Wildcats, you got to get some offensive production once again. You had a nice run from Sam Hafner last time around. The Cats need a time-consuming drive, and they need points on the board. If you go 3 and out and you give the ball back to the Titans,
you're in trouble.
You could be scared of what's coming next. I'll tell you that right now.
They've got an excellent guy who can pass, and they've got a running game that just is itching to get going. This is Wilmington's offensive time now, right now.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Cats from their own 20. That's Hafner and Dempsey at wingbacks. Pitch comes back to Hafner. He pounds out over the 25-yard line, out near a first down. A gain of 9 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 1 for Wilmington from the 29.
Hafner with the carry. Going to bring up 2nd down.
So Hafner with 9 yards. Again, if you're Wilmington, you're completely content with chewing up a ton of clock here.
Hafner has 83 yards this half, 158 yards total tonight.
Best possible solution for Wilmington here is chew up a bunch of clock and get a score at the end of it.
That's what you want to do.
Pitch comes back to Dempsey. He's got the first down, picks up about 2 yards. That's all Wilmington needed there.
Wildcat first down.
As the clock is going to roll down under 11 minutes.
Why are they stopping the clock?
I will tell you that as far as first-round games go that we have seen over the years, this is one of the best.
This is a good game, yeah. It really is.
Back to the double wing. Under center is Hopwood. Pitch back to Dempsey. There's not a lot there. Maybe a yard. As the clock continues to roll.
1 yard only.
Now, if you're Wilmington, when do you risk rolling the dice a little bit, or do you? I mean, at this point, to put the game on the back of your defense is asking a lot.
Yeah, they've basically they have controlled the clock in this half, and you've put your guys on the field for a long time.
2nd down and 9. Hopwood drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket, tries to get away, looking downfield. Hopwood going to keep it himself, and he's going to get close to another first down. I don't think he quite got there.
He got about 8 yards, I'd say, maybe.
Well, now a huge 3rd down in this football game.
3rd down.
And I mean huge 3rd down. 3rd down and 2 from the Wilmington 39. 9:40 to go in the game. Wilmington leads at 10-7. But the way the Titans have moved the football, you just get the feeling if they don't pick this up that you are in a little bit of trouble. 3rd down and 2 for Wilmington as the fans make some noise here in Monmouth. Pitch comes back to Dempsey. He's got the first down, got just enough. Picks up 2, close to 3. And Wilmington will keep that clock churning. First and 10, Wilmington from their own 42-yard line. And there is an injured player, well, at least slowly coming off the field, is Austin Johnson, their linebacker and their fullback, who has chewed up a lot of yards this half. I think Austin's fine. It looked like he might have gotten the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, I think you could be right. He looks like he's okay. He's taking a little breathing.
Yeah, he's struggling to take some deep breaths. I think you'll probably see him back in relatively shortly. 1st and 10 for Wilmington from their own 42. Back to the double wing again. Pitch back to Dempsey. Yes, he will push the pile ahead. He'll pick up 3, close to 4. Bring up 2nd down for Wilmington. Clock rolls down to 8:45 to go. A gain of 4 yards. Bring up 2nd and 6 now for the Cats.
Oh. Put my coat on. Cool.
It has cooled off a touch. Yes, it has. I didn't bring my coat up here earlier because I didn't think I was going to need it.
Wow.
It's gotten cold fast.
It has turned cold.
2nd down and 6 for Wilmington from the 47-yard line. Pitch comes back to Hafner. Tries to cut it back. Gets out to the 49-yard line. And again, another huge 3rd down for Wilmington. 3rd down and 3 from the Wilmington 49-yard line. Now the question becomes, if you don't pick up the 1st down, do you go for it on 4th down?
I know one thing. I don't think I run it right up the throat.
I don't think so either. 3rd down and 3. Again, a big 3rd down I formation for Wilmington from their own 49-yard line. Pitch goes to the outside. Dempsey cuts it back. He's got a 1st down, still going down to the 45-yard line. He'll pick up 6 yards, close to 7.
Love that I formation.
And a Wilmington 1st down. So the clock will continue to roll here.
Did you say 7 yards? Okay.
Ball just inside the 45 of the Titans. And again, if you're Wilmington, this is the recipe for a win right now.
Yeah, this is what you got to do.
3 or 4 yards on a carry. Keep the clock rolling. Wilmington's going to stay in the I formation. Actually, it's almost like a wing I. Handoff goes back inside the 40.
He almost got through.
Down to the 37-yard line of Monmouth Roseville. Good gain on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd down and a long 2. And again, when Wilmington needs yards, you see where they're running behind.
Is that Dempsey?
Dempsey with 8 yards and running behind Schnicker and Hunter Doherty on that left side. Schnicker,
but they're pretty good size pair of guys.
6'3", 304 pounds. Doherty right next to him is 6'1", 277. 2nd down and 2. Pitch comes right side. Is that Trey Shaw? It is. And Shaw's going to have a 1st down, a gain of close to 4, and a Wilmington 1st down at the 33.
That's Shaw's 2nd carry for 4 yards each. Got 8 yards and 2 carries.
So 1st and 10 from the Titan 33-yard line.
This is crucial drive here.
Well, when you talk about just lining up at each other, these two teams have done that all night. And neither team really given a lot. Like I said, if you like good defensive football, this is your game. I formation for the Cats. Down to the 33. Pitch comes off the left side. Dempsey trying to get the corner inside the 35. And he'll get down near the 25-yard line before he's finally tripped up. A bunch of yards on 1st down. Give him 7. It'll bring up 2nd down and 3.
It'll be 2nd down.
It'll bring up 2nd down and 3 with 5:38 to go in the game.
Wow. You're talking about just a slugfest.
Boy, this one will make you get a little bit of nerves, huh?
It is. I'm shaking, but I'm cold.
I don't know if it's that or I was going to say. I'm not sure if it's that or if it's the cold that's doing that to you. But. Second down and 3. Handoff Dempsey. He got bumped in the backfield, so he is not going to get anything. Clock rolls up on 5 minutes to go in the game.
One of the linemen got blocked right into his feet and cut that play short. No gain.
Wilmington 3rd down and 3 from the 26-yard line of Monmouth Roseville. And you got to think, if you're the Wilmington Wildcats, this is 4-down territory.
You've got it.
You need 2 downs to get 3 yards. Hopwood under center. I formation for the Cats. Dempsey is the tailback. Handoff Dempsey left side. He'll bang ahead. And if he didn't get the first down, he's really close. And that will set up a 4th down. If I'm Monmouth Roseville, I'm almost tempted to use a timeout here. I'm really tempted to do that. And it'll bring up 4th down and a yard. And I'm telling you what I do right now. Put Dempsey in the eye and give that kid the football. And see if he can get you 1 yard. It's 4:17 left. We'll take a break. A big 4th and 1 coming up after this. Listening to Cats Playoff Football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916.
4:17 left. 4th down and a yard. Wilmington has the ball at the Monmouth Roseville 24-yard line. The game and possibly, now don't get me wrong here, Wilmington leads this game with 4:17 left. But the game and possibly the season
right here
on the line right here. 4th down and a yard.
It is the I formation.
From the 24. Dempsey at tailback. Hopwood under center. He's going to keep it himself, and he should have enough for the first down.
He got almost 2 yards.
That should be enough for a first down, depending on where they spot this football.
Well, he went clear on the other side of the defensive line.
And it is a Wilmington first down. Well, that was a little different. I didn't expect Hopwood to keep the football, but
and he did it in a quick count, which caught everybody, including us, off guard.
Now the clock rolls, and if you're Monmouth Roseville, you're really going to have to consider using timeouts soon to keep enough clock left. Wilmington trying to go ahead by 2 scores. 4 minutes to go. The Cats have it 1st and 10 from the Monmouth Roseville 23. I formation. Hopwood under center. Pitches it to Dempsey. Trying to get the corner. He's not going to get there.
Boy, that was a good defensive move. He lost 2 yards, almost 3 yards.
It'll bring up 2nd down and 13. Again, if I'm Monmouth Roseville, I'm using timeouts right now. Because Wilmington, if you don't use some soon, will get this all the way down under 2 minutes. I mean, I get you want to keep 1 left for your offense.
But boy,
but you still have to have enough time to do something.
They've got a striking offense though with that pass.
Well, now the Cats in a little bit of a hole. 2nd down and a long 12. Out of the I formation. Hopwood's going to keep it himself. Rolls right inside the 25. Hopwood, great tackle at the 23-yard line. I mean, that's a beautiful tackle by Jamani Skinner. And they keep Hopwood to a gain of a yard. It'll bring up 3rd and 11. And again, Monmouth Roseville not using timeouts.
I thought that was a good call, but I was hoping they were doing a rollout pass.
I'm honestly really surprised here that they're not using any timeouts. Because Wilmington's going to get this under 2 minutes no matter what. 3rd down and 10 from the Monmouth Roseville 23. Hopwood under center, and we have a flag down.
There's a flag on the play.
It might be delay of game. It's delay of game on Wilmington. So it goes from 3rd and 10 to now 3rd and 15.
Delay of game. 3rd down.
Might be a little tempted to go double handoff here. Double handoff back to Dempsey. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. But
well, that sounds
I'm
right.
going to play the role of Barry for a second. 3rd down and 15 from the 27-yard line. Hopwood drops back to pass, pressured up in the pocket, and he is sacked back at the 34-yard line as the clock continues to roll as we approach 2:10 left. And a timeout to the Titans. Well, now Wilmington is in all kinds of trouble. It'll be 4th down and 21 for the Wildcats.
Yeah.
Now, about the only option here is to try to kick it inside the 10 and make Monmouth Roseville go the entire field. Now, the Titans did use a timeout. I believe they have 2 left, or did they use one earlier this half? I know they have at least one. The problem for the Titans, though, not that they can't score.
Oh, they can move fast.
But they haven't been a quick strike offense tonight, though. I mean, they've had a couple of big plays.
And that's one thing Wilmington's done in the past, to give it big plays. This is not a good.
So now let's see what Wilmington does here. You almost certainly have to punt this, don't you? I mean, it looks like Wilmington has their offense out, which Connor Dempsey is going to back up. He's going to kick it. And Dempsey, a pooch kick. And this is going to bounce and roll and touched at the 10-yard line. Well, if Monmouth Roseville wanted a chance, they've got it. 2:04 left. They'll have to go 70 yards, realistically, to have a shot at a field goal.
Well, that's what scares me, because that's what Wilmington has a tendency to do, is give it big plays.
Well, the Cats chewed up a ton of clock. They used up 10 minutes of the 4th quarter, but they didn't use up quite enough. 2:04 left.
I'd like to have that 3rd down play over again and roll him out and give a pass instead of trying to run it.
Well, let's see what the Cats do here defensively. As Monmouth Roseville
they better get after
out
the quarterback, I'll tell you that.
2 receivers. Under center is Addison Fletcher. Fletcher drops back to pass. Has all the time in the world. Fires over the middle, incomplete. And good coverage back there by Jacob Rodewald anyway. Pass is intended for J.C. Sells out at the 30.
And nobody giving him any pressure on the quarterback.
That's good coverage there, though.
Yeah. Defensive backfield did a nice job, yeah.
So 2nd down and 10.
Of course, how do you push your way through 300-pound guys?
That's the problem. Trips receivers to the far side. Fletcher up under center. 1 running back. Dropping back to pass. Fletcher fires it right side. That is caught. And into the open comes Jamani Skinner. He's going to go. That's going to be a touchdown for Monmouth Roseville. 90-yard touchdown pass to Jamani Skinner. And Monmouth Roseville leads at 13-10. And you want to know the problem there? The problem was Connor Dempsey saw that there were trips receivers, and there was supposed to be, it looked like, somebody else on the outside, and Connor ran over at the last second to try to pick that up, and Skinner was the guy on the inside that came over the middle, and there was nobody there. It looked like Wilmington got caught in coverage that wasn't what they were supposed to be in.
Well, that's happened to them all year long at different times. They've gotten themselves in different situations.
I mean, that's what it looked like anyway. No matter what, Skinner, man, he got the ball in open field, he was gone. And the kick here is good, and now Wilmington is going to have to come from behind. 14-10, the lead for Monmouth Roseville. Well, you said it earlier, no pressure on the quarterback breeds that right there.
Neither time. They didn't bother bringing extra mail. They just went ahead and let him throw.
And now Wilmington in a position that they normally are not in, and that is have to go the length of the field in under 2 minutes. And, you know, we said if you don't get a first down and you don't get a touchdown
That's right.
and run off the clock, there's going to be big-time problems coming.
Because I could see all game long, even in the first half, he threw a couple of passes, didn't connect, but he could rifle the ball down the field.
I still think, and we'll probably find this out later in the week, but I still think Wilmington got caught a little bit out of coverage.
Oh, yeah,
they were trying to adjust, and all of a sudden it's gone. Well, now the Wildcats' entire season comes down to the last 145. Boy, what a football game this is.
Yeah.
My goodness. As far as opening round goes, I can't remember there being a better opening round game on both sides of the ball. So Monmouth Roseville to kick off. Wilmington has some work to do and not much time to do it in. Kick coming up. Wilmington doesn't even cover up the kick, and it's picked up back at the 15.
Can you believe that?
Well, nobody went to pick up the ball for the Wildcats. Everybody looked at each other. The ball bounced at the 30-yard line. No one even bothered to try to pick it up, and then all of a sudden when they realized, hey, somebody's got to get this, it's back at the 15, and now Wilmington in an even bigger situation. They should have had the ball out at the 30 at least, if not the 35. And now the Cats back at their own 15. 1:39 left as Monmouth Roseville leads at 14-10. Keaton Hopwood out of the shotgun. Two receivers to the far side. Hopwood drops back to pass. And we have a false start on the Wildcats. Well, things go from bad to worse. Let's see what the Cats can do here. Now they got to go 90 yards.
Yeah.
Well, we thought that was an uphill battle last time, and it took, what, 10 seconds? Two receivers to the far side. Hopwood out of the shotgun here. Takes the snap, drop back to pass. He steps up in the pocket and is down back at the 5. Actually back at the 3. And time really starting to become a factor. And timeout to Wilmington here with 1:25 to go.
3-yard line, it'll be second down.
So I'll bring up second down and 18. Ball back at the 3 as Hopwood loses another couple of yards. Well, I think if you're the Cats here, about the only real option you have is a screen pass, because everybody and their brother is going to be coming at you. So if you can get a screen pass out to Dempsey or somebody, that's about the only shot you got to really, because if Hopwood drops back to pass, their line is so huge and they know what's coming.
That's why I said that third down play down here, roll out the pass. Now they know you're going to pass.
I know this is a cardinal sin at this point, but I would almost consider a draw play to Connor Dempsey. Almost.
If you could block the guys, let them come and block them out toward the outside. Take them up the middle.
Boy, what a football game this has been. Just a crazy first-round game. Two receivers to the far side. Hopwood will face second down and 23 officially. Ball back at the 3. So Hopwood out of the shotgun here. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. Fires deep down the sideline. That pass is incomplete. Wilmington sideline looking for pass interference. That's actually pretty good coverage.
Quite frankly, I wouldn't throw it that far downfield.
No, me either.
You're wasting your time. They got double coverage every time when those guys down the field.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what Barry, again, has up his sleeve here. There's only 1:17 left. The Cats are down, I think, to their last time out. They're facing 3rd and 23. from their own 3, and Wilmington uses a timeout?
Oh, you got to be kidding.
I don't know. 1:17 left. We'll take a break. We'll come back, see what the Cats have after this on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900.
So 1:17 left. 14-10 is the lead for Monmouth Roseville. Wilmington facing 3rd and 23 from their own 3-yard line. Out of the shotgun again is Dempsey, takes the snap. Steps up, fires far side, and that pass is incomplete. Dempsey about 10, 15 yards downfield. And they'll bring up 4th and 23.
Once again, it's too easy to defend. You got to come down and break across the field or throw the screen pass out in the flat. Give him a chance to get a little separation out there, but sending him down 10, 15 yards down the side there.
Well, now no matter what for Wilmington, you got to get the ball past the first down marker. And, you know, there's a timeout here to Monmouth Roseville. That's what we're talking about on, like, 2nd down, doing a screen pass or something like that. Even a draw to try to see if you could hit something because, yeah, they're double and triple covering the 2 or 3 receivers that are out there.
They don't have to worry about the run, so they're just putting extra defenders back and rushing that big line.
So 4th down and 23 upcoming here. And the Wilmington season comes down to one play.
Yep, this is it. Not looking very hopeful.
And the problem now is if you run anything short, Monmouth Roseville is going to have every single person at the first down marker. As long as they keep you out of the first down range, they'll give up everything short of that. So here we go. Wilmington facing 4th down and 23 from their own 3-yard line. Hopwood out of the shotgun here. 2 receivers to the far side. Takes the snap, drops back the pass, steps up in the pocket, and now he's going to have to try to run for it, and he's not going to get it. I'll give Keaton credit. He tried to make something happen, and he could not. That actually got 12 or 13 yards on the run, and now all Monmouth Roseville has to do is take a knee, and this thing is over.
Yeah, it's over now.
Boy, and that 2-minute drive, when you didn't pick up the kickoff and let the ball roll all the way back to the 15, that just killed whatever momentum that you would have had.
Then you had another penalty on the ensuing hike of the ball and knocked it back another 5 yards.
Now, I would think if you're Monmouth Roseville, you don't take any chances here, do you?
Well, I would not. You already got the game won.
I mean, I think there's a timeout or 2 left, so maybe you run a play, but I would keep this ultra safe. We're going to take a knee here. And this thing is going to come to a close. I think they'll have to snap it at least once more. So back to the I formation here as Addison Fletcher gets set to take the last snap here. And Wilmington's going to be done for the 2018 campaign. Boy, what a first-round matchup this was. Monmouth Roseville and Wilmington go toe-to-toe. The Titans managed to get a 90-yard touchdown with just under 2 minutes left. And Monmouth Roseville will advance to the second round of the IHSA playoffs.
And that'll bring us to the end of the game. Wilmington Wildcats 10, Monmouth Roseville Titans 14.
Well, we'll take a break. We'll come back with the postgame show in a moment. Brought to you by Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair. Warren's over there across the street from McDonald's in Braidwood. We'll take a break. We'll come back with your final totals, and we'll talk to the head coach of the Wildcats, Mr. Jeff Frientz, one more time this year. Monmouth Roseville wins it 14-10 over Wilmington. Take a break. Back with more in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk Allred & Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred & Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred & Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred & Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred & Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today.
What's up, man? Good to see you're here. Do you want a beer?
No thanks, I don't drink.
Oh, come on, relax. Have some fun. Everyone else is drinking.
We have a lot to do tomorrow, and I can't be all hungover from drinking. Yeah, I'm having enough trouble with school, and sports, and clubs, and so much stuff. I don't have time to be worrying about if I got caught drunk.
Come on, man. This will help relax your mind and worries, and you'll have a good time.
Oh, man, cops. Run. We better book it out of here.
I'm so glad we weren't stupid and didn't drink. I know, right?
The Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community is committed and proud to bring programs and resources to help area residents. Our mission is to build a safe, productive, and substance-free community through these programs. The issues and problems that come with alcohol and drug abuse are very real, and the effects can be devastating. If you or anyone you know is in need of help, please call 815-476-1660. Help is only a phone call away.
This ad is brought to you by the Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community in partnership with Sebring Goodman Teen Institute, ONDCP, and Samson.
Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com.
Final score here tonight, Monmouth Roseville 14, Wilmington 10, as the Wildcats used up 10 minutes of the fourth quarter clock to go on a drive that stalled out inside the Monmouth 30. And all of a sudden, the Cats pooch punt it down to the 10, and then 2 plays later, Monmouth Roseville goes 90 yards on a touchdown pass from Fletcher to Skinner, and they win it 14-10. And just like that, the Wilmington Wildcats go from a pretty good position in this game to losing, and it can switch that fast. I mean, things tend to turn around very, very quickly in football games, particularly when you don't quite close it out. And that's where Wilmington was at here tonight. Had opportunities, but could not quite close it out. All right, our final check of the IHSA football scoreboard brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. Some scores going on from around the area. Aurora Christian 26-12 over Anawan. A final now, Hope Academy 38-16 over Knoxville. Crystal Lake South leads Kenwood. That's 28-0. Barrington 14-0 lead over Oswego East. It was Moline 32-14. At least I think that game is still going. That lead over Glenbrook North. Brother Rice leads Zion 21-0. Some other games that are about ready to start tonight. Joliet Catholic, along with Joliet Catholic. Minooka is in action tonight. I believe Minooka's playing Loyola tonight. Joliet Catholic, Oswego East, Oswego, Aurora all playing tonight. Some finals, I-8 finals from earlier today. Herscher defeats Dunbar 37-20 as the Tigers advance on. It was Coal City 37-0 over Wheaton Academy. That was from last night. Richmond Burton beat Plano 42-0. It was Lyle 38-14 over Dwight. Champaign leading Carbondale now 21-14. Highland 47-14 lead on Rich Central. Some other finals, area finals from this weekend. It was Naperville Central 42, Plainfield South 10. Lincoln Way East blew out St. Charles East 49-0. It was Wabansie Valley 38, Bolingbrook 21. Lincoln Way West actually got a win 24-17 over Harlem. It was Hershey 52, Lincoln Way Central 13. Yorkville defeats Dunlap 28-21. And Warren beats Naperville, all right, that might be Neuqua Valley actually, 14-3. Washington blew out Providence. I believe that game was last night, 35-0. It was Glenwood 24, Lamont 21, and Anna Jonesboro 56-28 over West Frankfort. Well, welcome into the postgame show brought to you by Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair, right across the street from McDonald's there in Braidwood. As the Cats go down tonight 14-10 to Monmouth on the road. When we say good football games, I mean, clearly, Wilmington wins. That gets bumped up a little bit more as a great football game. But just as far as football games go, if you were a fan here tonight, just watching this,
either side would have been
unbelievable. I mean, it was just an unbelievable football game. I mean, Wilmington came up on the short end, and sometimes that happens.
That big play, again, like it's done several times in the past.
Well, and we went back to, if you held on to the football and you run out the clock or you get a touchdown, the game's over. But Wilmington cannot do that. When you kind of knew once the Titans, that second half, that offense started to work, you kind of felt like if you gave that ball back, I mean, I didn't expect it to happen that quickly. But I felt like if you gave the ball back that you were asking for something. And then all of a sudden, boom, there goes a 90-yard touchdown pass, and the game is over. But nothing to be ashamed about if you're Wilmington, by the way. They've had a fantastic season, a big-time turnaround in the middle of the year.
Yeah, they had a rough start getting started.
Yeah.
When they got rolling, wow.
And they could have won this one tonight. They didn't, of course, but it was there for them. The Cats really put together a good run toward the end of the year. A good group of seniors that is going to be leaving this team here tonight. But the Cats have a bright future ahead of them as well. There are a lot of players returning next year. This senior group really did a nice job of stepping up down the track and kind of keeping this thing going in the right direction for the Wildcats, getting them to the playoffs, and then making a really good showing here in the first round on the road at Monmouth. In any case, let's get to your final stat totals here on the postgame show, brought to you by Warren's Collision Center. Rushing the football tonight, Anderson Fletcher, 3 carries for negative 12 yards. This is for Monmouth Roseville. Austin Johnson, 6 carries for 17 yards. C.J. Daniel, 14 carries for 80 yards and a touchdown. Monmouth Roseville, 23 rushing attempts, 85 yards, and a touchdown on the ground. Through the air, Addison Fletcher was 5 of 10 for 138 yards and a touchdown. Now, mind you, 90 yards of the 138 yards were on one pass play. But, that's still 138 yards. Jamani Skinner actually redeemed himself for the fumble that went out of the end zone. Yeah, he had 2 of them. And then one that went out of the end zone on the 1-yard line. He catches the game-winning 90-yard touchdown pass. He finishes with 4 receptions for 118 yards and a touchdown. Ryan Heinrich had 1 reception for 20 yards as well. Monmouth Roseville, 223 yards of offense. They had 21 in the first half, 223 total. The thing that really hurt Wilmington is the fact that they didn't capitalize in the first half. I feel, if they get up 10-0 or 17-0 at half, this game's over. and Wilmington goes home a winner, but they didn't. Whether that's penalties or other things that happen, they didn't do that, and it ended up costing them in the second half.
Yeah.
For Wilmington rushing the football, Keaton Hopwood, 5 rushes for 16 yards. It was Connor Dempsey, 27 rushing attempts for 126 yards tonight, and I mean, those were tough yards.
Well, they were.
Jacob Rodewald, 3 carries for 6 yards. It was Trey Shaw, 2 carries for 8 yards as he got a little bit of play time tonight. Clearly, Wilmington not their full-powered offense without him. That did hurt a little bit, but let's face it, Sam Hafner had a monster night. 11 rushing attempts for 162 yards and a touchdown. He's the replacement for Trey, so you can't really.
That's not a bad replacement.
You can't, but I mean, when you can rotate those 3 guys.
Yeah, that's what we had before.
It becomes a little bit bigger deal. But in any case, rushing the football, Wilmington tonight, 46 rushing attempts, 318 yards on the ground, and a touchdown as well. Wilmington through the air. Keaton Hopwood was 2 of 5 for 16 yards. Jacob Rodewald, 1 reception for 2 yards. Let's see, Hunter Doherty had that 1 screen pass for 14 yards and first down as well. The Cats, 176 yards in the first half, 334 yards of total offense here tonight for Wilmington. They outgain Monmouth Roseville 334 to 223, dominate about 2/3 of the game and lose.
Yeah. Well, they got 221 yards. They got 90 yards in the last play. So that was a little bit misleading statistic. But Wilmington controlled the game, most of the game. But that problem is you got to be able to finish it off. And they did not do that.
Nope. Well, Coach Rain's on his way up here to talk with us on the postgame show before we wrap things up here tonight. Boy, was this a fun night of football. Obviously, you'd rather have Wilmington come out on the winning side, but it was a fantastic football game. The people here have treated us great. Wonderful environment. Just a good place to come for a playoff game for sure.
And the Wilmington fans who drove all the way over here, they saw a good game.
They sure did.
Their kids played well, played hard, and never gave up.
There were a couple of little things. And if it's skewed different, this game's different. But you could say that for Monmouth Roseville. Yeah. If Skinner gets in the end zone, doesn't fumble the ball at the 1-yard line, does Wilmington immediately score that other 70-yard touchdown? I don't know. So, I mean, you could play that game on both sides. The simple fact of the matter is Monmouth Roseville made the play at the end that they needed to make. And they win the game, and they move on. And they'll take on, I believe it's Eureka next week. Wilmington will finish at 6-4 for the year. And being that, when you saw where this thing was at week 4 or so, the way this season finished, you can be proud of that if you're on this football team. I'll tell you that much.
One time they were 2-3, and they ran off 4 straight wins, came up 6-3, came here and almost pulled up the upset here on their home field. Just a little bit short, but it's been a good season.
It has been.
Good season.
And I know Coach Rinks will be thrilled when he looks back on this year as the way things kind of went together. But joined now by the coach of the Wildcats, Mr. Jeff Rinks, here in the postgame show, brought to you by Warren's Collision Center. And Coach, clearly a tough one tonight, getting up the 90-yard touchdown at the end. But, boy, that's a good, hard-fought game. Both sides battled. Your kids kept kind of coming back. And, that one play at the end was ultimately the difference. But that's a good playoff game.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth, and we made too many mistakes, We don't get in on 4th and 1, They think they score and they fumble through the end zone, so those kind of cancel each other out. We get to a couple big drives and we don't finish. I think that'd be a big thing because we kept the ball away from them, but you got to finish those. And you know what? Those were the things early in the year that haunted us, or we turn it over. Another thing that hurt us tonight, a little bit penalty-wise, I thought, but I will say this. I thought there was a lot of times tonight we were 3rd and long, and we came out and we got first downs, and so I commend Barry for play calling and things along those lines. But, I think you had 2 even teams going at it. We made a couple more mistakes than they did, and they made us pay. Now, we got mixed up in coverage on a huge play there at the end. But there's a lot of things, you guys know this, that go into that before that. But, my hat's off to Monmouth. They're a good football team. And, we came down here and we battled hard. The best thing I told my seniors afterwards, I said, hey, you know what? You put us out there. You put us out there, and sometimes you win and sometimes you lose, but you guys put us out there. And I thank you so much for that. And it's a tough night from that standpoint, but hey, great atmosphere, playoff atmosphere here. I want to thank all the Wilmington fans that came down. We had a great draw that came all the way down here. I know it's a tough one, but and this one stinks right now. But I think overall, as you look at the whole season, I think a very successful season and a lot of good things that come out of it. But no doubt about it, we're not happy about this tonight. We thought we'd come down here and get a win, and but what do? You make some mistakes, and I thought we were a little lethargic the first half a little bit, and part of that had to do with what Monmouth was doing to us. And so, you go from there. It's a 14-10 game when you get that in the first round of the playoffs when two teams are that tight. Mistakes happen, and we made too many tonight. So, but what's the tough part is I don't get to coach on Monday. I mean, it's one thing to lose to Coal City and Lisle and Peatone. Okay, well, how are we going to make it better? How are we going to – we're going to go back to the drawing board. We're going to do this. Let's try that. And now I don't – you don't get to do that with a great group of kids. And so my hat's off, though, to our seniors and to our parents. Really appreciate everything that they've done.
Well, I was going to say that, too, where this was 3 or 4 weeks into the year and some things that were happening there. And then the seniors and even, some of the younger kids, too, being put in different spots. And all of a sudden they seem to start to come together a little bit, made a nice run at the end of the year. And, boy, that senior group, we talk every year about losing seniors and what seniors mean to that program.
Yeah.
But the seniors this year and what they did that second half of the year really turned that into a strong season by the end of it.
I really hope our kids don't, I think people look at a record and say, well, that wasn't a great year for the Wildcats or whatever. I tell you what, I think it's one of the best years we've had to see the kids overcome adversity, and they didn't fold their tents. They came back and played really good football here at the end. We didn't play good tonight, but I think a lot of, the whole thing to this is life lessons. Mm-hmm. And our kids put in a lot of time and effort. Sometimes we won, sometimes we lost, but hey, get up tomorrow morning. Let's keep working whatever you're doing, but I hope our seniors, and I try to get the point across to them how proud I was of them, and nothing to hang. I told them when they walked off the field, keep your head high, and you're a Wilmington Wildcat, and you got nothing to be ashamed of. What a great season, and and we go on. The tough thing is, and I tell the kids, sometimes you do everything you can. And sometimes you lose, and that was a gig tonight. And you got to learn from that. And so hopefully we'll learn from that, and then our kids can take those lessons and hopefully move on to their next sport, whatever that is. But for crying out loud, John, I think it was yesterday we just did our Mantino interview after the first game.
I know.
And but boy, tonight the big plays, I just couldn't.
Yeah.
Wow. And but bottom line, you ain't changing it. You made those mistakes, but, boy, it flies by.
You know what was fun tonight for me was watching your freshman kicker kick a field goal in the first half of that game and the reaction that your kids gave him.
You think last year at 8th grade graduation, if you would have told him, hey, next October you're going to kick a field goal in the playoff game, what do you think he would have said there? So crazy a little bit, but, yeah, tough.
So, Coach, congratulations on another fantastic year. I mean, this is one. There are certain years that we look at as a group, and those years where you go undefeated and all those kind of things. Those are special years. But there's other years too where kind of you look at some things and go, you know what, this overcoming some adversity and doing some different things that you're not normally put in your position to do.
Right.
That group this year, I think I appreciate more that out of them as opposed to just kind of rolling through people.
And I get, and every year's a little different. But the thing you want every year is you want to look at your kids in the locker room before the game and look in their eyes and know that they're in it. They are in it for each other, and they're in it for the program. They're in it for the community. And I got that all year. Now, we might have lost a few games, and I get it, but they were into the game. They were into their program. They wanted to do well. And that's all you can ask, and of course there's coaching things I wish I could have changed here and there. Not only is it a kid thing, it's a coach thing. I got to look back at things, and maybe I got to, some improvement to do, which you have to do after every year. But this one tonight hurts. We got a long bus ride home, but there'll be a lot of pats on the back, a lot of hugs, and wishing everybody well. We'll see them at school Monday and stuff, but for football it's tough. This closes our chapter on the 2018 season, and we move on from there. And our younger levels had a heck of a year, but it's not about our younger levels tonight. It's about our senior kids and our kids that really put forth the effort, and which they all did. I'm happy for them.
Well, Coach, congratulations on another great season. Boy, I can't believe that all that's come to a close, but we'll re-rack it another time and come back
and
to it.
And before we
again.
know it, we'll say, weren't we just down in Monmouth? You know? But,
right.
Hey, to you guys, I want to say to everybody, thank you for everything. You guys travel, come down here and do this. I really appreciate it. I know people at home that can't make this trip are here, and people that listen to their sons or their nephews that play, and you guys give them that opportunity. And so thank you to you guys, and be safe going home tonight.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, guys.
Coach Jeff Race joining us here on the postgame show brought to you by Warren's Collision Center across the street from McDonald's there in Braidwood. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair. Wilmington ends up at 6-4 on the year as the Monmouth Roseville Titans will advance to take on Eureka in the second round of the playoffs. Boy, what a game tonight. As far as opening round games go,
I would have liked to watch
that's a classic.
Game. I would like to watch this game. I have been on one side or the other.
I would have loved to just sat there and watch
enjoy
this game.
the whole thing. It was fantastic. Yeah, it really was. I felt terrible when that last pass play went down there. I was not surprised by it, but I felt terrible. And the guys had a good season.
Yep. Yes, they did.
I like the way they turned the second half around.
Yep. It ended up being a very solid year. Good. Monmouth Roseville wins it 14-10 over Wilmington. The Cats will finish the year at 6-4 as Monmouth Roseville will advance on to take on Eureka next week. Big thank you to all of our sponsors this year, including Warren's Collision Center here on the postgame show, also to Pro Real Estate on our halftime show, the pregame show this year, Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. A big thank you to Odekirk Allred and Associates for sponsoring our scoreboard updates. I mean, everybody that kind of came on board this year, thank you to all of you. We cannot be in the position to do these broadcasts without you, so we really do appreciate it. Everybody listening at home, too, I know, hey, we did some huge numbers tonight, and we couldn't do this without you as well and being interested in kind of checking all of this out.
Right.
So we do appreciate that tonight. We hope you enjoyed the entire season. We'll see you back here in 2019. You've been listening to Wilmington Wildcats football